Hey kids, you're listening to the internet's wettest podcast about video games, consoles, and pancakes. The SML Podcast.
Prepare for the SML Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is the SML Podcast. I'm your host, Joe. Oh, buckle up. It's going to be a long one. Aki, Bri, how are you two doing?
Great.
Better now that I've rested.
Did you have to Jacob earlier?
Folks. No, I've just been sick. Well, I mean, yes, I did, but...
Nice.
But because I was sick.
Yeah, I keep muting because I just ate a very cheesy, garlicky sauce pizza.
So you're going to be pulling to Jacob later. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you belching up a storm?
I am belching and clearing my throat because I'm all like froggy. Oh, I know, right?
So, gonna be a long episode because it's Summer Game Fest. We got a lot of news to talk about. We are going to cover three main shows from the weekend. We're going to start off with Sony State of Play. Then we're going to hit the main Summer Game Fest. We might sprinkle a couple of the tinier shows in, but we are going to end with the Xbox Showcase. Then we'll take a break and go on to a couple other miscellaneous news bits, and Jacob's going to be there with reviews too. So, going to be a long one. Check the timestamps in the video below if you're catching us on YouTube if you want to skip to any particular section. But y'all ready to start and chat news?
Yeah.
Let's do this kinky shit.
All right. Let's start with the Sony State of Play. First video they showed off already got my interest, got me hyped right off the bat. Lumines Arise hitting fall 2025 for PS5 and VR2 with a free demo coming this summer.
It looked like an ad for Tetris Effect Connected, and then in the end you find out it was made by the same people, and I was like, all right, that makes sense.
Yep.
I had no feelings on that one. It was a lot of neon colors moving around, if memory serves right. So
There is a Lumines game on Xbox if you want to check it out. It won't have the trippy visuals, but you'll get a feel for the gameplay. After that, Pragmata from Capcom, which is a sci-fi space third-person action shooter. They revealed this a few years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, it was in, I think, last year, or no, 2 or 3 years ago. It was in the Summer Games show. Yeah, it's...
Didn't really.
And then we heard nothing. I thought it looked great. The first one,
kid was creepy as fuck. I want to punch that kid in the face.
Don't punch little android girl. Leave her alone.
Like, remember the first Resident Evil movie? The little girl in there, like, you're all going to die. Oh my god, fuck that kid.
The Red Queen. Yeah, I love her. She's great.
To die down here. Yes.
Yeah.
I have a funny story about that.
Nightmares.
I want to hear the story.
I was using some LimeWire back in the day, and my download complete sound was the "You're all going to die down here" clip, and I had forgotten. That my volume was turned up because I had been listening to music, and at like 4 o'clock in the morning, my download finished, and loud across the entire house comes the Red Queen, and scared the shit out of me.
Wow.
That is one of the best stories I've ever heard.
Good night, everyone. I can't top that for the rest of the show. Thimber, thank you so much for the sub 14th month. Always appreciate you being here. Thimber is a big contributor to our Discord, posts a lot of news on there. So we appreciate you being around here, Thimber, and hanging out in the Discord. Everyone should join our Discord because we do dumb shit on there.
I don't. I'm too normal for that. I'm sorry, folks.
Fucking yeah. Okay, bullshit. Next game, Romeo is a Dead Man, coming out 2026 from Grasshopper Manufacture. Aki and I were watching this. She's like, I'm getting No More Heroes vibes from this. And I'm like, I'm getting Dead Rising vibes from this. And it's from the No More Heroes team. And it looks bonkers as shit.
It does look wild.
I'm interested in that. I haven't played any of the No More Heroes games. I still need to get my hands on them, but they always looked cool, and that thing looked just wacky as shit. I'm very interested in this.
Did you know they put No More Heroes on the Xbox 360? Japan only. Gotta love it.
Oh, McMotherfuckin'ins.
Oh, I know. I feel the pain. That's why I got an import 360, so I could play my import copy.
Nice.
And I still
Is it BC'd?
No.
Oh.
No. 360 only. Silent Hill F got a new video and a release date coming out September 25th.
And there's some combat in it. Yeah, I've wanted this since its very first release trailer, where it just showed the plants growing out of the corpse's body. And they're like, oh yeah, and it's set in Japan. I was like, I want that.
Bloodstain: The Scarlet Engagement was announced. I did not see this coming. A new Metroidvania sequel to Bloodstained, obviously, coming out in 26.
And it's one of the 2D ones, not one of the 3D ones, for everyone questioning.
2D playing 3D visuals that look like.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in this.
I am very interested.
I'm only kind of because it doesn't have the main character from the first game in it, because I thought she was cute. Now you're playing as some dude. I'm just like, I really like the game, but I have to play as dude. I'm not quite as interested. Miriam was adorable, and I loved that. And
maybe they'll release swimsuit DLC or something.
I don't want to see a dude in a swimsuit.
Yeah, you do. Jacob.
No, I don't. I'm
Digimon Story Time Stranger came next from Bandai Namco. It is coming out October 3rd. And Aki, I know you weren't sure, but yes, this one is hitting Xbox. Are you going to check it out?
I might, because I've heard those games are good. I wasn't quite as for the Digimon Survive game that I reviewed. So I'm hoping this one is less about catching like 50 billion different Digimon and more about focusing on like your own crew or something, like the old Digimon games apparently were like. So I'm at least going to take a look at this, see what it's like.
I know, wasn't Survive more like a detective game or something?
No.
Or am I thinking wrong? Was there a different Digimon that was like... Oh.
That's, there was a detective story one, that's what that was. You're thinking of. Survive was you and a bunch of people ended up in the semi-digital world or something, and you were basically fighting against every Digimon known to man and catching a bunch of them and combining them together to create new ones and stuff, and it just... You had a team of Digimon that you had basically as workhorses, and I just wasn't quite as for that. If I want something like that, I'll go to Pokemon.
Which you'll never do because you don't buy Nintendo stuff. Next game was probably one of the big highlights of the entire weekend. Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles from Square Enix. It includes a classic and an enhanced version of the game. Comes out September 30th. You can pre-order it today. There's a deluxe edition, and it is on everything.
Yep. That is very exciting. I don't have the same nostalgia for that game as a lot of other people might. It was not up there for me in my top Final Fantasies, but I am excited for it. So
I am thrilled for this one.
It exists for me. It's one of the tactical games. Those aren't for me personally. But I'm glad you finally get it, Joe, because I think you've talked about that game numerous times and how much you wanted it. So
it's been rumored for so long from some Nvidia leak a few years ago. I think the last one left from that leak is a Final Fantasy IX remake, allegedly, but who knows? But Tactics has been rumored for years for getting a remake, and I was scared as shit that was going to be PlayStation exclusive. Oh, on everything. PC's getting it, Switch is getting it, Xbox is getting it. Well, Xbox One isn't getting it, but Series is getting it.
Yep.
So.
That's good enough at this point, realistically speaking.
Yeah. There is a collector's edition on the Square Enix store. You could get the collector box by itself for $1.99. Includes a plush, a figure, or 3 plushies, a figure, some other stuff. There is also a physical version of the game, but only on Switch and PlayStation. No physical Xbox. On the bright side, there is the digital deluxe for $60, so rock on. I'll be getting that.
Yeah.
Baby Steps from Devolver was shown off once again. That's coming out September 8th.
Looks like a rage game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's straight up exactly what it fucking is.
Yeah. This makes me want to, like, punch myself in the face if I ever play it. Next game, Bandai Namco releasing a title called Hirogami September 3rd. Aki, I know you are incredibly sad this is not coming to Xbox.
Bullshit.
Yeah, this one looks good.
It's so pretty. You get to play as something that is origami, and it looks so cool. It's not coming to my systems. Fuck you.
The next one made me sad because it's coming to everything but Xbox from Bandai Namco, and that is Everybody's Golf Hot Shots coming September 5th. Obviously, it's a PlayStation property, so just like Freedom Wars and what was it, Loco Roco? Everything but Xbox, because PlayStation can't let us have anything ever.
Yeah.
Yay. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound coming July 31st. Had no clue this was coming, and it looks dope.
Side-scrolling retro style platformer. Looks cool.
Next
Not
up
my
was
style.
Cairn. I don't know how to say this word.
Cairn.
From the Game Bakers, coming November 5th. Aki, I know you want this one. Bri, what did you think of it?
I'm gonna reserve my judgment until I play the demo that's out now. It looked interesting. I'm kind of more curious about the story. It seems like it has some like intrigue to it. I don't know. It was interesting looking.
I'm going to have to download the demo and play that then. I didn't know that even existed.
Was that a PC demo?
I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think this one's on Xbox, sadly.
It's not on Xbox.
There is a PC demo. I am now on its page.
Jazzy. Something that will be on Xbox and will be on everything is the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Coming this year from Digital Eclipse, Warner Brothers, and Atari. Console versions of the game, handheld versions of the game, arcade versions of the game. They already announced like 9 different versions of different Mortal Kombat titles so far, with more to be announced in the future. We don't know how late into the life cycle it's going to get.
Fall into the abyss
I'm
of my gaping
crossed.
butthole.
Javors, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. We are chatting about, right now, the Sony State of Play, discussing the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. More games to be announced. I can't wait to see what else they include in this. Digital Eclipse has been nailing it with these retro compilations.
Yeah.
And it's going to have like museum stuff and interviews, and
yeah, it looks like a really cool collection. Definitely.
Next up, PlayStation Arcade Fight Stick, a first-party wireless fight stick coming from PlayStation.
It looks very PlayStation 5 in design.
Yes.
Very sleek. The white and black, total. It matches everything, I guess. I hope it works well.
A lot of people are like, why are they announcing a fight stick here?
Yeah.
We'll find out. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater coming August 28th. We'll have the Ape Escape minigame in the PlayStation version of the game. I believe Xbox gets Pac-Man or something. Bomberman. That's right. Bomberman.
I'm excited for this. I'm never going to be able 100% this, I'm sure, but I am so fucking hyped for this. I fucking love these games. And that was by far my favorite one. Like, as sexy as Quiet is from 5, 3 is my favorite.
How did you feel about Neo 3 getting announced right after that?
That was pretty awesome. That looks good, and it's made some changes from Neo 1 and 2 that make me a little more excited for it. It's no longer apparently mission-based, which is pretty bitchin'. I did not particularly care for the mission-based aspects of the first two, so that's pretty cool.
It apparently also has a demo out now.
Yep, and releases early next year.
I need to download another demo. Shit.
Yep. Thief VR was announced. Thief VR Legacy of Shadow, coming from Vertigo Games, Maze Theory, and Eidos Montreal. It will be a PS VR 2 game.
I am so sad that's a VR game. It looked so fucking good.
It did.
I want to play that. Oh, it looks so awesome.
Next game was Tides of Tomorrow from the Road 96 devs. It is a multiplayer story game coming out in February.
Yeah.
It was multiplayer. I kind of blanked during that.
Yeah, it didn't really capture me, sadly.
With me.
Yeah.
More Astrobot content is coming. 5 challenge levels this month, new bots, and the Astrobot DualSense is coming back for another run, which I'm excited about because I missed it the first time around, and it looked really cute.
Oh, I knew how excited you were for that. It sounded like you jizzed yourself when they announced the fucking controller. I was like, oh, okay. Well,
it's such a good-looking controller. It is.
I was excited for all the new content that I'm not going to be able to play, but looks really fucking awesome. And here you are, like, jizzing yourself over a fucking controller. I'm like, oh, well, it's not the direction I was expecting that to go.
Sea of Remnants was announced for 2026. I got the feeling of, like, we have Sea of Thieves at home.
I'm much more excited for this. It looks like you get to do a lot more stuff than Sea of Thieves. It seems like it has a better focus on, like, when you're off the boat actually doing more stuff. And I really like the puppeteering look of everything. It looks so cool. I love the visual design of this.
Like, wooden faces and stuff. Yeah. It was interesting, but I don't know. It's I might be pirated out.
For me, this is going to end up depending. One, is it on Xbox? I don't know. And
no,
motherfucker. Is it on PC?
Answer that question. Next game, Sword of the Sea, from Giant Squid, the devs of Abzu, Journey, and The Pathless. This is coming out August 19th and will be part of the PlayStation Plus catalog, which is pretty badass.
Yeah, that looks very cool.
Cool. I love the fact that you're, riding around on a sword. That's like one of my favorite things. I don't even care. That is so fucking awesome.
Yeah. Next up, we got some more PlayStation Plus news. Of course, FBC Firebreak is hitting June 17th. Also hitting Game Pass.
I'll weirdly forget about that before the end of the show, I promise you.
And then they announced some PlayStation Plus classics. The old games that people wanted. June 17th, Deus Ex Conspiracy for the PS2. July 15th, we are getting Twisted Metal 3 and 4. This summer, we are getting Resident Evil 2 and 3. And this month, we're getting Myst and Riven.
I'm excited about the Riven thing, because that's the first time I think I've seen Riven on consoles at all, which gives me hope that eventually Riven will make it over to Xbox. Please?
It'd be nice, but I don't know if we would get the PS1 version that they're getting.
No, but if there's interest in the game, I'm hoping that they'll do like what they did with Myst, and yeah,
that'd be good.
Yeah.
Next game, First Light 007 from 101 Interactive and MGM, coming out next year. Brand new James Bond game. Looks like James Bond, although younger.
Yep.
That's because definitely is younger. 100%.
Yep, that's kind of the whole point of the game, I think.
This looked good. I wasn't sure exactly how this was going to end up looking. I was kind of worried, and I know a lot of people that were kind of worried that this was just going to be Hitman with a different visual to it, and it seems to be its own thing, and I'm pretty fucking excited for this, actually.
Yeah,
it should be good. Comes out on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, I believe. So, not sure if they mentioned Switch too. Oh.
Thank you.
Ghost of Yote got another video about it coming from PlayStation Studios. They're going to do a deep dive in July. So another month we'll get more news on that.
Nice.
And then they showed us why they advertised a fight stick. MARVEL Tōkon Fighting Souls, a brand new MARVEL 2D fighting game from Arc System Works and published by PlayStation. So it will be PS5 and PC only 2026. It has 4v4 tag team battles, and it looks ridiculously fun.
I like that they use different characters than like the same old Marvel characters.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
Yeah. That was easily the most talked about game of the show. That blew everyone away.
Mm-hmm.
Except Xbox players.
Yeah.
I'm tired of console exclusive superhero games. Superheroes should be for everybody. It's dumb.
But Sony wants them all, so,
And we know they're
titties.
getting Blade, too, so that's dumb. Summer Game Fest started off with Mortal Shell 2. Guns, melee, crazy finishers, and a trailer theme by Behemoth.
And you shushed me during that.
Because it looked awesome, and the music was awesome.
Fair.
Yep.
Yeah. Hitting PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Next up was Fortnite bullshit, Star Wars something. That's what I wrote.
Sabotage. Yep.
Shrug. Next out, Kojima came out for a new Death Stranding 2 clip. It was not a trailer. It was just an in-game clip of the most boring segment they could have shown at a goddamn video game show. It was literally a conversation.
I saw Keeley having a Kojima-gasm, and I just completely tuned out.
Yeah, that's fair. It was very long and very boring. I don't know what made them air this clip.
Yeah.
It's Kojima. Nothing he does makes any fucking sense at any point in his fucking career.
Yeah, it was bad. Chronicles Medieval is coming from Raw Power Games, hitting Steam 2026. Looks to be a big, massive warfare-style game where you're controlling a main character and commanding your armies. I believe Tom Hardy is in it. I know he narrated the trailer, but it looked like he was the main character.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
That looked neat. Steam next year. Yay. Sonic Racing Crossworlds was revealed to be releasing September 25th. And they announced a couple of guest characters. Ichiban from Like a Dragon, Joker from Persona 5, Hatsune fucking Miku.
I still love that. That's hilarious.
And then part of the season pass, Minecraft.
Yep.
Yeah, you sounded super hyped when this came up.
It looks fun as hell. It really does.
It's cross-platform online play, which is pretty cool.
Very good stuff. And then I'm hearing that allegedly Ninja Turtles and SpongeBob are in there as well, but I don't know if they've been announced officially. And Sega's all like, you shouldn't be talking about licensed agreements before they're announced because that could cause problems with the license holders. And shrug. News is news. Gotta talk. Code Vein 2 coming 2026 to Xbox, PS5, and PC.
I called this almost immediately into its trailer because I saw the mask that they were wearing in the shadow, and I was like, that's what it is. I was so excited. I fucking loved this goddamn game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I am hyped because now it's going to be that game, but you also somehow get to fuck around with time mechanics. Hell yes. Please and thank you.
Looks
I
good.
Need more of, yeah.
Looking forward to hearing more about that one. End of Abyss is a top-down style twin-stick shooter, horror, survival horror, something from Epic and Section 9 Interactive. Going to be hitting Epic, PS5, and Series.
That looks so fucking good.
Twin stick, meh.
I don't even care. I love the
Carnage
visuals.
here you say that.
Carnage twin sticks kind of blow. Get over it. I'm going to be cursed now. It's going to be funny.
Just waiting for him to be like, fuck you, Aki.
Maybe he's not here.
Maybe. I don't know.
Get to survive.
PI for
day.
Hire got a new trailer coming out this year to all platforms. Looks good. Feel like we've been seeing it for a long time. I can't wait to finally come out.
Yep.
Nice.
Like the old school Disney looking shooter.
Yep. And they announced
the Mickey Mouse one. Yeah, that's right.
Is doing the voice acting.
I thought they announced that forever ago.
It's Troy Baker's in everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next one kind of surprised me. New Game of Thrones game, but this time
it's an RTS.
an RTS. Weird.
Yeah.
Coming out next year on Steam. So Atomic Heart 2 was announced. New sci-fi first-person shooter action adventure RPG hitting PC and consoles. They also showed the Cube Atomic Universe, an MMO RPG shooter also hitting PC and consoles.
Yep.
Both of them look nice. I'm less interested in the MMO.
Universe. It's cool. Yeah. Not as interested in the MMO either.
Yeah.
I'm just glad they did well, because when that first came out, the first one came out, everyone was really expecting it to be a scam, and I'm so glad it's done well. It deserves it. That was a fantastic fucking game.
What? Why? A scam? In what way?
Yeah, because because it was a brand new group and it had all the DLC plans and stuff, everyone was like, "Oh, it's just going to be a scam. It's just that you get your money." I'm like, dude, it just has DLC they have planned. That doesn't make it a scam. But everyone was like flipping the fuck out that it was just trying to steal people's money for
Ignore
reasons
the
I
internet.
never.
It's filled with stupid people.
Yes, it is.
No.
That was such a good fucking game. Other than constantly hearing crispy critters every 5 minutes.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is an arcade-style beat-em-up. It's going to feature 15 different Marvel characters. They showed off Rocket Raccoon and She-Hulk. It is releasing this year, and it's on everything.
Yep.
I'm excited about that one. I thought this one looks good.
It does.
I thought She-Hulk looked really good.
We know.
I didn't pay attention to any other part of that.
You thought the next one looked really good. Onimusha Way of the Sword from Capcom, hitting PS5, Series, and PC next year.
Oh, it is so awesome! I really love the insta-kills that are in it, because it has a feature where basically if you block and then attack immediately, right as you're about to get hit, you instantly kill an enemy. Oh my god, it showed them doing that in this game, and it looks so fucking good. Oh my god. I'm so this is a game that could make me hyperventilate just waiting for it. So I'm gonna stop talking now.
Good. Felt that boxing is puppets fighting. It kind of looked like Punch Out. Really?
Yeah. It looks
extremely
really cool.
like it.
Yeah, it looked awesome, and it is hitting Steam. Not sure when, but I hope it hits other things too, because it looks really freaking cool.
Yeah, it does.
Next up, something unexpected. A murder mystery action game for 24 players from Square Enix called Killer in Deception We Trust. I kind of feel bad because a lot of people were saying Square Enix had a game announcement and that it was a quote Foam Stars level announcement. Yeah, that kind of feels true.
Yeah, it's a game of wolves, and it looks decent.
Yeah, I don't know. It's only announced for Steam right now, so
Yeah,
I think that might limit it, kind of like Foam Stars was limited with just being on PlayStation, but who knows? Arc Raiders is releasing October 30th for PS5, Series, Epic, and Steam. A lot of people are excited about Arc Raiders.
yeah, a lot of people are. Not me. It looked okay.
Dune Awakening releasing Tuesday. And I got an extremely long trailer.
Yes, it did. It looks really cool. I just don't MMO anymore if I can help it.
Yeah.
I thought you were interested in this one originally.
I'm more interested in the idea of Dune not being a real-time strategy game than I was in like playing. Like, I'm just excited that they did something else with the IP in games.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Chrono Odyssey, a third-person action game, going to be hitting Series, PS5, and PC. Looks to have a multiplayer component as well. What'd you think of this one?
I don't remember much about it, but there's a playtest for it June 20th through the 22nd on Steam.
It looked okay. I like graphics. I like the graphics of it, but it's an MMO, and that kind of kills it for me.
An MMO? I thought it was just standard multiplayer.
Yeah, for what I'm reading on Steam, it's an MMORPG as well.
That's weird.
So really, it depends on that. If it ends up not being an MMO, this could be interesting. It looks like it's going to be hard as shit. But if it's an MMO, it's going to completely kill any interest I ever would have had in it.
Yeah, it is being shown as an MMO. I don't know. We'll have to see how it turns out. But we'll hit Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. So stuff there. Wuthering Waves, a third-person anime fantasy action game. PS5, PC, and mobile. So I'm guessing gacha element.
Oh,
Probably.
totally. That looks to be 100% a gacha game.
Yay! Mio, Memories in Orbit, a Metroidvania platformer hitting all platforms. Yay.
It
That
has
had
a
a
demo
cute look
now.
to it. Nice.
Another demo to try. Out of Words, a handcrafted claymation co-op game. Epic is publishing it. It will release in Epic, PS, and Xbox next year.
That one looked exciting. That one looked very cool.
Yeah, same here. I am very hyped for this. Joe, you
Need to
did
find
not
the partner to
particularly
play
like
it
this.
with.
Yeah,
I can't
I'm
even remember what this one was off the top of my head.
It was the one
looking it up
where
now.
they were puppets and they didn't have mouths. That was probably the most notable thing that you would remember.
I might have been like, I don't
thought it
like
was
the faces.
Yeah, you laughed at the fact that they didn't have mouths and seemed to be otherwise completely uninterested. I thought it looked good. It's another one
It
of
looks
those.
cute, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I think it looks pretty.
I enjoy the visual style, so
Nice.
I think the reason it didn't really click for me is because I don't really have anyone to play them with.
Bree.
Yeah. True story.
True.
And probably me, because I like these games too.
Yeah, but you two play
you can always
together.
grab Lloyd.
And then it's
No,
like, oh, am I stuck with Jacob?
I've actually never played any of these with Bree. I've played all of them that I've played have been with Lloyd because Bree's already finished them.
No.
Yeah, and I've played a lot
She'll
of
get them for review. I don't.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
So the answer is play with Lloyd.
Yeah.
Lloyd's played all of these like a half a dozen fucking times. He's insane. So yeah, definitely go to Lloyd. What the fuck?
I gave him a shout out. Mafia the Old Country releasing August 8th on PC Series and PS5.
Nifty.
Yeah. I've never played a Mafia game. I feel like I would play Old World before I would play the other games. It looks good.
Yeah.
You're not missing a lot, honestly. I've played at least one of them because one of them was Games of Gold, and it was fine, I guess. It was not particularly amazing or anything.
Third one was apparently not the best. Oh. Lego Voyagers from Annapurna, a 2-player co-op game, kind of like Out of Words. This looks absolutely friggin' adorable, and it's hitting all platforms.
And it has a friend pass, so only one person needs to own the game to be able to play it with someone. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it looked fucking cute as shit. I'm so excited. This looks so adorable.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty badass. So, Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny, a top-down action multiplayer hack and slash RPG kind of thing. They showed off SpongeBob coming out this fall on all platforms.
But it's Game Mill.
Oh no! I didn't know that. Fuck.
Yep.
Huh.
Well, that game's going to exist, and that's about as far as I trust that now.
Well, Jacob's reviewing it. Lies of P Overture got a release date of now.
Then
It's out.
Yep.
Yay.
Yay, Overture DLC. Woot.
I am so hyped for this. I'm really hoping I can get my hands on it for review, but that's very unlikely with it being right now.
Shrug. Fractured Blooms from Serenity Forge was advertised as Doki Doki Literature Club meets Silent Hill. And my only notes for this one says, what in the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Something cool looking.
It looks pretty cool. Yeah. That's interesting that they chose those two games, and I am definitely interested in checking it out.
Yeah, looks insane. Hitting Steam. That's the only platform announced so far.
Yep.
Blade and Soul Neo on Steam now. Blade and Soul Heroes, Steam and mobile in September. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Yippee. Meh.
Yeah. We all got excited about One Punch Man until it was announced he's just coming to Crystal of Atlan, whatever that is.
It's an MMO, and it's on PlayStation and Epic.
Yeah.
So less of a reason for anyone to care. All right, cool.
Another PlayStation and PC game, The 7 Deadly Sins Origins, free to play.
Shame.
Yeah.
That anime's fantastic.
They did an epic sizzle reel for the Unreal Engine, blah, blah, blah. And then Jurassic World Evolution 3 coming October 21st to PlayStation, Series, and PC.
Yep. That looked interesting.
Cool.
Not my style of game, but looked cool.
If you're a fan of the series, looks like more of the same of good action, building fun. For those who want to create your own Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yacht Club Games announced Nina the Hollower releasing October 31st. It is a retro top-down action adventure. As soon as I saw this, I felt Pernell and Chris just like summoning me.
Mm-hmm.
That looked pretty good. Next game. They joked around that they were going to skip the Silk Song trailer to play this instead. Deadpool getting a new video game. Yay! Late 25. Yay! It's VR.
And the voice acting in it is fucking terrible.
Voice acting is atrocious. It's Neil Patrick Harris trying to sound like a bored Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
and he definitely sounds fucking bored.
It's not good. So sad. It is very stiff, very wooden, not really good at all. The writing felt terrible. Give me Ryan Reynolds or at least Nolan North, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not good. And it's VR, so that's like two knocks at one. Dying Light the Beast from Techland coming August 22nd.
That looks so fucking cool.
Also looking cool, Mixtape from Annapurna coming, quote, soon.
Dinosaur. Yep. And it's coming to Game Pass.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Day one.
Awesome.
I'm very excited.
Don't know when day one is, but
yep.
Soon.
Day before day 2.
Maybe. Toa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree, an isometric action RPG from Bandai Namco, and one of the characters is a giant koi. Releases on all platforms September 19th, so I'm looking forward to that one. It'll look cool.
Yeah, that was adorable. Specifically because one of the characters is a giant koi. That was so cute.
Next game was called Axe of Blood. It was from a solo dev with like 9 friends, so I don't know why they're calling it a solo dev. But it's an action brawler shooter hitting Steam next year. It looked pretty solid, like kind of janky, kind of wooden, but if it's a very small team like that, it looked good, I thought.
Yeah, it seems to play a lot like Sifu, which is really interesting, and they had an old boy hallway fight, so I'm fucking all for this.
Next up was another one of the big highlights for my weekend, Scott Pilgrim EX. Brand new Scott Pilgrim game coming next year to all platforms. Features 7 characters, and Anamanaguchi is doing the music.
Yep. That was a pretty big highlight for me too.
I need this.
In
my soul. Do you have the original 360 game?
I believe I do.
Nice. Good stuff. First Descendant Breakthrough coming August 7th.
I totally didn't even write that in my notes.
Meh game.
Yeah. Scum is a new first-person shooter survival game where you get to shit hard. Full launch June 17th on Steam.
Meh.
And you get to actually shit.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting.
Hard.
Yep.
They show people pooping in the trailer. A line of them.
Yeah.
That
trailer was fucking funny.
Mind's Eye out on Tuesday with a Hitman collaboration coming in the summer.
Nice.
This one, I'm not sure how this one's going to turn out. Like, it looks both good and bad at the same time. Like, the cutscenes look great. The gameplay looks kind of jank, but it's like a first-time studio, I think. I don't know. Could be good.
I think it looks great. I'm all for it, obviously, since it's, on my list. But
yeah, we'll find out. If you pre-order it, you get the deluxe version free upgrade. So there you go.
That's nice.
Another feature on 007 First Light. This one, they have Le Chiffre from Casino Royale is going to be joining Hitman from July 6th through from June 6th through July 6th. So 1 month only to play this event. If you play it, you unlock a reward in First Light.
Nice.
Yeah. I hate time limited events.
Yep. I don't like that either. It kind of sucks.
It was like the Assassin's Festival in Final Fantasy.
And I still don't understand why that was time limited, because you can go into Assassin's Creed and you can still, to this day, play the Final Fantasy stuff that's in that.
Yay. Lego Party, a board game, Mario Party style game with over 60 mini games, hitting everything this year.
Look pretty cool.
Could be cute.
It exists.
Could be bad. Who knows? It's like a Mario Party game. Could be good. Could be bad. We'll find out when we play it. If the boards are good, if the mini games are good, if the rules are good. If you fuck over all of your teammates in the last 10 seconds of the game to win.
Dick.
Let's see. Wildgate from Dreamhaven and Moonshot Games is a 20-player shooter with an open beta next week. Is going to be releasing July 24th on PC, PS5, and Series.
That game exists, I guess.
It does exist.
It doesn't need to.
Drinkbox, the makers of Guacamelee and Nobody Saves the World, has a new game coming out, an isometric action RPG with solo or co-op gameplay called Blighted. It is only announced for Steam so far, but hopefully it hits more platforms. I love Drinkbox. They make good stuff.
Yes, they do.
Next game was called Ill. It is a first-person action survival game with, quote, visceral dismemberment. It will be hitting Steam, PlayStation 5 in the series, and the video ended with a hunting a baby.
This game looks so good. I've been following this for probably close to a decade now.
Really?
Yeah, they've been uploading videos to YouTube of little scenes from this game for forever. And I honestly I just thought it was someone making like a roll of footage for like, this is what I can do, hire me type stuff. And no, it's all been from this game. And it looks so good.
Yeah, it does look good. So I'm looking forward to it. Mecha Break releasing July 1st. I know you were kind of excited about this, but the flashiness is turning you off from it.
Yeah, I'm super hyped for this, and it's not a game I'll ever be able to fucking touch with a 100-foot fucking pole. It's a laser light show and explosions galore, so definitely not a game I can play, but it looks so good. You get to customize your own mech and send it out and fight. It looks so good. It's also a multiplayer game from what I remember, so you're fighting against other people, and I think you even have a team of people that you're fighting with as well, so it looks pretty good. Yeah, so all mech heads, there you go. This is going to be a kick-ass game, I think. And it's been on Steam in early access, and they've been taking feedback and stuff for a few years, so this should be really good.
All right. Infinitesimals from Qubit Studios. I called it Honey, I Shrunk the Video Game. Releasing next year.
Yeah, it's like you're a small alien and you're fighting bugs and robots in a giant world. Looked interesting. Made by an 8-person dev team.
Nice.
Very cool. Then they had a quick video announcing that Resident Evil news will be coming soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's their anniversary or something.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Street Fighter 6 getting new DLC. Season 3 was announced to be containing Sagat in the summer, Sea Viper in autumn, Alex early spring, and Ingrid in late spring, and AEW superstar Kenny Omega dressed up as all of them for the commercial. And it was magnificent.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. You were bummed he wasn't part of the game.
I was hoping he would be a character. Last Flag, PvP something blah blah with disco funk 70s vibe. That's what I wrote.
Yep. 70s capture the flag game.
We spent more time talking about it than people are going to spend playing it. Next game, Wuchang Fallen Feathers trailer releasing July 24th.
Yes, all the yes, I need this. I must have this. This looks so good. It's another Souls-like, it looks like, and you play as a girl who's mutating into some sort of monster or something like that, and you're hunting monsters. It looks so fucking good.
Get your pre-orders in. Yeah. Or it's on Game Pass. After Wuchang, where else do you go but Wu Tang? Rise of the Deceiver from Brass Lion Entertainment. It is a co-op action RPG, supposedly hitting PC and console. This was allegedly an Xbox project at the beginning, but Brass Lion ended up deciding to self-publish it instead. So, cool. I'm interested.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang is for the children. Into the Unwell, a action roguelite with Cuphead-style visuals in 3D.
I think you skipped some, but yes.
Did I?
Yep.
That might have been the segment where I wasn't sure if it was commercials or features.
That's fair.
What did I miss?
Oh, yeah, it was mostly like ads. It was for Guild Wars having something like double XP. There was a beta test for Mongol Star Drive, and then the reminder that Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be on Switch too now.
Yay. Splitgate 2 Battle Royale out now.
Yep.
Big Adam went
And
to
it's
play
free.
it, and he's like, when was this Battle Royale? Where's the other shit? Other shit's still in the game, but he didn't expect the Battle Royale stuff, and he was confused. So,
Gotcha.
Stranger Than Heaven from RGG Studio, the Like a Dragon Yakuza team. This video was set in 1943. The previous trailer was in the 1910s, so it appears this will be a story taking place over an entire century, given the previous name was Project Century.
Yep.
This
It
looks
looks
amazing.
Yeah, it was very intriguing.
I need this one. This one looks really good.
Yep,
And then-
another one to add to my backlog.
And then, one final game. Those fuckers boomed us. Resident Evil 9 Requiem.
Mhm.
They said we'd get news soon. We didn't think it'd be a half hour later. And there it was. Brand new trailer releasing February 27th on PS5 series and PC. Kind of right around the corner, given how big of a title this is.
Yeah,
I'm so fucking stoked. Oh,
it's
this
pretty
looks
exciting.
And they
like
put
every
the,
Resident Evil game looks
the
good.
9 in the title with the Q.
Yep.
Yeah. I like when they do that
That's
stuff.
good.
It's fun.
Good stuff. Yeah, that was Summer Game Fest. What'd you think?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Think it was better or worse than State of Play? We didn't really wrap up State of Play, did we?
It was about the same for me.
I think it was better than State of Play. But
I'm with Aki. I think it was a little bit better than State of Play.
But for me, that's probably mostly because I'm not a PlayStation
Yeah.
person looking for PlayStation games. So this had a lot more stuff in it that I was going to be able to play.
There was like a dozen or close to a dozen games in the Sony State of Play that were also on Xbox. So like, yeah,
Yeah, but most of them I wasn't particularly interested in.
that's fair.
Sucks for you. Let's talk
Yeah, it
about
does.
Xbox then. Or no, the little stuff in the middle. What kind of highlights do you have from the other showcases?
All right,
So-
Day of the Devs first.
Yeah, Day of the Devs. There's Annapurna has a Master Thief game called Snap and Grab coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. House, the creators of Untitled Goose Game, have a new game called Big Walk, where you walk and you talk. And it was very confusing as to what was actually going on, but they said at the beginning it was hard to describe what the game was.
Yeah, I didn't understand what you were doing in it.
Yeah. They did a longer look into Sword of the Sea.
Nice.
And then they talked about something both Aki and I are excited about. An open world escape room game called Escape Academy Back to School.
Yeah, it's the second Escape Academy game. I'm so hyped. I love the first one.
Yeah, but it's only on Steam for right now.
Yeah, Joe, that's the one me and you played that I was getting ridiculous times in because I just knew all the solutions by the time you played it with me. Yeah, it's the second of that game.
Nice.
I'm so excited for this. It's gonna be so good.
Mhm. They did a little longer look at Mixtape. They did a longer look at Blighted, which they called a hardcore action Metroidvania.
That looks
That was
interesting at the very least. I
that's
want to
the
know
one
more.
from the Guacamelee devs, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm bad at remembering who makes things. I just remember, does it look cool?
Gotcha. And then Dosa Divas.
I am so hyped for this. It's by the devs of Thirsty Suitors. I love how I just said I don't remember the devs. And I remember this because of the devs, very specifically.
It's a turn-based RPG with action boosts, and you make food, and it's coming early 2026.
Oh, it looks so good.
And then Devolver is making a surreal dimensional demon horror called Possessors. It's a side-scrolling action game coming later this year on Steam, and there's a demo out now.
Okay.
Very good.
There was also... did you watch more, or was that the end for you?
I've got a couple more on here, and then I fell off. There's a Moonlighter sequel coming.
Yep.
And then from the creator of Please Touch the Artwork is Please Watch the Artwork, which is a Spot the Anomaly game based on Edward Hopper paintings. It'll probably be out around Halloween, and it'll be on Switch and Steam.
Cool.
And then they looked at Marvel Cosmic Invasion a little bit more, coming to PC and consoles this holiday. And then the last one I got to see before I had pizza show up at my door was the horror fantasy life sim with pixel art called Neverway. And you can befriend romance characters, farm, fish, and cook. And that is the kind of life sim game that I would probably actually enjoy.
I caught the rest of the show. I'm only going to mention one other game, and it's called Relooted. You play as basically a bunch of people stealing artifacts and stuff from private museums and the like, because in this future they've decided all the countries over in Africa need to have all their stuff given back to them. All the stuff that you find in museums and stuff, it needs to be given back to them. And it was for public museums and stuff, so people started, finding that loophole and just privating everything. So this group of people go around and take them out of these private museums, and basically go around and you figure out how you're going to set up the thing by actually walking through the level. And then, like, if you need a table here, you put a table there. If you need a window broken, you break it. And then you walk up to the item that you're going to steal, yank it, and then you try to get out without getting caught by going through all this stuff that you've already set up, because the place is being locked down as you're running away. And you have to do all of this without getting caught at any point by the people who are watching over it. It looked really good, and I think, Bri, I think you're going to like that one a lot.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I can't wait to see the footage for that after the show.
Yeah. It was near the end, so...
Yeah.
And that was all I had written on for the last of that, because I only took notes on stuff that I found interesting or knew someone else would find interesting. And that's how the rest of the shows are going to go, people. I do apologize, but
I didn't even plan on covering them at all. So this is more than those fuckers deserve. No.
Damn straight. This was 10 hours worth of shit that I'm condensing into significantly less. So I'm going to rattle off.
Go.
Wholesome games. I only took notes on 2 items. There was Monument was being shown off some more, which is a little puzzle game where you walk around and then you move the environment around. It looks really cute. I've played games like it. I really want this. There's going to be 3 of them. It's going to be released, I believe, everywhere eventually. Then there was One Move Away was also shown off some more, and that's basically unpacking, going in reverse. You're packing stuff into a vehicle instead of unpacking your house, and it looks fucking awesome, and I really want it. Yay! And that's the wholesome games. Yep. Now we're going into the women-led games. They showed off Will Follow the Light, which is the one where you're a guy, I think, searching for your family or something. You're on a boat and shit like that. It looks pretty decent. There's a new Tavern Talk DLC that's being released. It has a cute girl in it, and that's all I gave a shit about that. There was... At least I'm honest, okay? Fuck off. Perfect Tide Station to Station. You more or less raising a character through their life. It looks like something Bri would like. I think you need to go look this up. And then there was Creature Kind. It's a card battler, and I believe you will... I think Bri would like this one, even though she doesn't like card battlers.
Purnell does, right, Purnell?
Fucking yeah!
That's right.
True. Basically, you're going and you're dealing with, fake creatures and stuff and things like that, and you're trying to get people to like each other and stuff by fighting somehow. Didn't make a lot of sense, but it looked really cool. Then there was Crescent County, which is the broom flying game where you're delivering stuff during the day and racing your broom against people at night. It looks really fucking awesome. I am excited for it. Then there was Spilled. This is one that I personally really want. It's where you're cleaning up oil spills and water with a boat. You did?
Yes.
I didn't know that. I wonder why they had that up again. Maybe it's coming to something else? I don't know.
Peaches is one of the images on the Steam store. I know I talked about it on the show.
Yeah, I reviewed it.
Pretty sure I cried on the show when I mentioned that.
Probably.
Peaches.
Okay.
And she's on the Steam page. That's so fucking cool. I love Peaches. We miss her.
Don't know why it was up again then. And then there was...
It is coming. No, it's the announcement was that it is coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch.
Oh, so it's being released on more stuff.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, sweet.
Yep.
Good for them.
I knew there was a reason why I had it listed. I just didn't know the reason anymore. Then the last one was that I took notes on for this show was Refresh, and you're basically playing as a robot in a broken world where it seems like people are dead and you're just fixing shit. It just looks cute. It's a little platformer style game. It looks adorable. All right, there went the women-led games. Voila, we've gone through 2 already, folks. Now we're going to the Latin American games. There was Tormented Soul 2, so it's getting a second game. It's a really hard survival game that's in the realm of like Resident Evil and Clock Tower, so that looks pretty cool. It's apparently hard as shit, so have fun to everyone into that. Then there was Shadow Syndicate, which was a furry game where you play as I think a dog detective, and you basically stealth around knocking people out, or you can even go guns blazing while you're trying to take down the Syndicate. It looked really cool. It's one I want at the very least. Then there was Albatross, which is a weird little backpacking game where you're going around trying to find your brother and find yourself, man. It looked really cute. I liked the visual style of it. Then there was the Trolley Solution, which is a little absurdist game about the trolley problem. And basically you're controlling the trolley and just flipping switches and stuff and running people over on train tracks. It's fucking hilarious looking. And then the very last one that they showed on that one was Alia, which they didn't have a lot shown, but what they did show was really cool. It seems like you're a dev of some sort, and you're going into a VR system to play a game that you're building or something, but it's being controlled by this malicious AI bitch that is trying to kill you, it seems. And yeah, it looked fucking awesome as hell. I want to see more about this in the future. And that was all for the Latin American games. Waha, there we go. Now we're on to Southeast Asia games. There was Coffee Talk Tokyo, a new Coffee Talk game. So woohoo, that's going to be fucking kick-ass. Yeah, I know, right?
I think we mentioned that already.
No. And then there was Cats Around Us, Black Cat. It's another one of the Find the Cats games, except for this one also has jigsaw parts, so I want this one. Then there was Urban Jungle. It's unpacking, except for you're doing it with plants around a house instead of with the junk that you clutter your house with. Looks really good. I'm looking forward to it. Then there was Table Flip Simulator. Basically, you act as act as a retail worker, and people piss you off, so you hurl shit at them and kick the table at them and stuff, and see how much shit around you can destroy, including knocking down people. It looks fucking hilarious. There was High Times. It's Coffee Talk, but with making donuts
Fall
instead.
into the abyss
so that looked
of my
kind of
gaping
cool.
butthole.
Then they showed off Acts of Blood.
Lloyd's here. Welcome in, Lloyd and Raiders. How is everyone doing? We are in the middle of talking about some of the mini showcases from the Summer Game Fest weekend. Aki, what show is this? The Southeast Asia one?
Yeah, we're almost done with it as well. They showed off Acts of Blood again for this one. Then they showed NSR2 No Straight Roads,
nice.
which I got really excited. I figured that would be a one and done style game, and basically, for everyone who doesn't know, it's an Xbox game. Well, the first one was on Xbox anyways, and you basically played as two musicians taking down people from their past and the like, but with your actual instruments by beating people with them. It was pretty cool. And that's the Southeast Asian Games. And now we only have one last show because I didn't take notes on two of the shows because they were just meh. And that's the PC game shows, which happened right after the Xbox one. And I only have notes on a couple games. Ambrosia, it's a game where you're playing as somebody who's going to a space station. There seems to be some sort of weird infection growing on the inside of it that's spawning monsters that you have to kill while also cleaning up this funk off the station. And you're also finding the dead who have been killed by these monsters and putting them to rest. It looks really fucking cool, and I'm really excited to look at that. And the last one is Fresh Tracks. It's a rhythm game where you're skiing with a sword and you're killing the shit out of things. You have to jump over stuff and move from side to side in beat with the game to avoid obstacles and the like. And this is a Joe game if I've ever fucking seen one.
Very cool.
And there you go. That is all of the game shows literally the entire time, except for two that weren't very good, and I didn't give a shit about a single game in them. So there we are.
Yay.
And now we can talk about the Xbox ones, because I've literally done all the others, and I wasn't joking.
Cool. Bri, any other notes on your end?
There was one trailer I totally was going to mention, and I can't find my notes on it, so we're good.
Sorry, I was moving so fast.
Got a button for that. Hold on.
Womp womp.
Yay! All right. Last showcase to talk about, of course, is our beloved Xbox showcase. You know, our Thursday crew are the Xbox owners. They started off with a new trailer for The Outer Worlds 2, which is getting its own showcase of itself in an hour after this. So why did they need to show it?
And then they announced that it is coming out October 29th. Yay.
Yep. Xbox, PS5, PC. High on Life 2 was announced. Kind of shocked me. Didn't expect that. It is coming this winter to Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Day one Game Pass.
This looks really good. I like that you have like a hoverboard and you're able to fucking dual wield the guns now. That looks so cool. And they showed off a few of the other guns, like you get a bow and arrow gun, and that was kind of funny. I'm excited.
Good. I know you're excited about the next one, Resonance of Plague Tale Legacy. News of that one snuck out the night before. It was confirmed at the Xbox show 2026 on Xbox, PlayStation 5, and PC. Day one Game Pass. And the reason I'm mentioning PS5 and PC is that Xbox themselves are mentioning PS5, PC, and when applicable, Switch.
Yeah, they want people to know what all it's for instead of, some other places where they're like, well, it's for us. And if you want to know what else it's for, then go look this shit up, you dick. Because they're dicks.
Yeah, that was something I noticed like right off, that they were showing all the platforms that these games were available on, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, Lloyd's excited for a new Plague Tale game. I debated on sending that information to him last night when I learned about it. But it's like, nah, he'll be there for the show probably.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, Lloyd's first question when he came in was, have you covered the Xbox One and the handheld? Well, that handheld is the Xbox ROG Ally handhelds happening. It will be PC downloads and cloud. It will not play Xbox console games. PC only. Tons of people are already confused about this. Already confusing messaging. I really hate the fact that they went through a lot of PR speak to not clearly say it does not play console titles natively. PC cloud.
I don't understand the purpose of it existing if it doesn't, because I didn't actually hear that part. I just saw that and kind of glazed over because, me and handhelds.
Or the PC library. They're boasting about now being over 1,000 Xbox Play Anywhere games, which is great. That's 1,000 games that you own on both Xbox and PC, and everything in the showcase is Xbox Play Anywhere. So they're making a push for this, but it will not play your entire library. And a lot of people need to have that hammered into their fucking skull, because I'm having people on Reddit tell me that I am wrong and it does play native titles. And when I ask them for a source, they block me.
Oh.
Sounds about right.
Yep. So, yeah. They said some kind of weird thing called Sonic is releasing for it. I don't know. It's going to have impulse triggers. It boasts that, quote, "This is an Xbox." The Ally will have 16 gig of RAM, 512 storage, and a Ryzen Z2A chip, where the Ally X will have 24 gig of RAM, a 1 terabyte storage, and a Ryzen Z2 Extreme chip. Releases holiday 25. No prices announced. I'm expecting like 800 minimum for the top tier one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I know it was Hollow Knight Silksong. I'm making a joke. That they confirmed Silksong will be out before the holiday. It is not tied to the release of these handhelds.
Right.
Oh.
What are your thoughts on the handheld? Is it something that interests you? Or is it just, it's a Steam Deck basically that plays Windows games?
That's
I'm not
all
a handheld person.
That's all I've been questioning the whole time you've been talking about this is, there is something called a Steam Deck exists. Why does this? If it doesn't play native console Xbox games, I'm just like, Steam Deck, it exists. I'm pretty sure it can probably play all that
for Steam. It's not designed to run the Xbox app natively, nor is it designed to run Epic and other stores without like unlocking it first or whatever the hell you have to do on there. I don't have a Steam Deck. I'm sure Purnell can answer that. But out of the box, the ROG Ally works with multiple storefronts.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
interesting.
I'm excited that it exists. I think it sounds like a good system for people to have that enjoy handhelds and the Xbox ecosystem and want the freedom to play in other ecosystems. It's just not for me personally.
No.
I have a feeling they're going to be like, oh, this is going to be great. And then, in like 8 months, they're not going to support it anymore.
I don't know. Why? I don't know why they wouldn't support it. Like it's just a handheld PC.
I don't know why they create and then don't support a lot of the things that have died, but
Xbox doesn't have to support the ROG to matter. Like it plays other storefronts. So I don't know. I guess Xbox could give up on doing Play Anywhere games, but seems like they're investing heavily in it, so we'll find out. I'm on Best Buy right now, and a non-Xbox branded ROG Ally X with a 7-inch screen, 24 gig RAM, and a 1 terabyte SSD runs $900. So maybe $1,000 for the high tier.
I think it's going to be more than $1,000 for a high tier at that point, but
I don't know. We'll find out. And the important thing to notice is this is not an Xbox product. This is an ROG product. Asus.
I think GoldenEye suggested $1,200, and I think for a high-end one, that sounds like that might be closer to what it's going to end up being.
Could be. Anyway, next game. The Blood of the Dawnwalker. New title from Bandai Namco. I have written down vampires and shit, stealth action. Aki wants this. Am I right?
Yes, you are.
2026 to Xbox, PS5, and Steam.
Yeah, it seems like you're a peasant in this, and you've been caught up in something, and the higher-ups want your ass dead, and your sister is saved by a bunch of vampires, and I guess technically so are you, but then they turn you, and they want you to do their bidding, and you kinda don't. So now you're up against the people who wanted to kill you originally, the church who now wants to kill you, and the vampires who want to control you, and you're like, no, so they want to kill you. So it's gonna be fucking awesome, I think.
Sounds fun. Bri, what'd you think of this one?
It looked okay.
I really thought you'd be excited for it, honestly. Interesting.
Nah.
To me, this is like
okay.
To me, this is like Vampire meets like a better action game, like Witcher or something. It's like Vampire meets Witcher, and I am so fucking stoked.
I'm very cautiously optimistic about the next one, Super Meat Boy 3D, coming early 26, the Xbox, PS5, PC, day one Game Pass. Looks absurdly difficult.
Yep.
That's because it's Super Meat Boy. Of course, it's absurdly difficult. That is the name of that game.
Like, I beat the first really Super Meat Boy. It was rough, but it was fair. Oof. This one looks just straight up mean. Like, I want this, but I don't think I can do it.
Yeah, I used to play these back when they were free Flash games on, like, Newgrounds and shit. Back when Flash games were still a thing, and they were hard as balls. Graphically, this looks really awesome. I like the different graphics it's using, but this is not a game for me. I suck at these games. Y'all are crazy.
Bri, what are your thoughts on it?
I'd play it, but I don't know that I'd get very far.
That is definitely a concern. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who on our team would get very far in that game, because those games are hard as shit.
Probably Andy.
Yeah.
Andy's pretty good at that stuff. I'm wondering who's doing the soundtrack, because Super Meat Boy, part of what made that game incredible was the Danny B soundtrack. And when it got ported to other platforms and the devs were no longer on good terms with Danny B, they replaced the soundtrack. Oh. They have never put it back. I don't know if Danny B is either involved in this or on good terms with the devs. So I still think the best version of Super Meat Boy is the Xbox 360 version, which is playable on current gen.
Nice.
Thanks, backward compatibility program.
It doesn't exist anymore.
I mean, the games are still there.
No, yeah.
Except for, like, handful. They're fully delisted. Sucks. I think I'm missing 4. It hurts.
Maybe one day the Xbox gods will hear your pleas and will start up the program again and start bringing more stuff in.
Please, Ubisoft, bring back Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader Xbox Arcade Edition. Please. Super Meat Boy, still on sale on Xbox for $14.99. Indiana Jones. Oh, no, I skipped one. Ninja Gaiden 4. Day one Game Pass, October 21st, Xbox, PS5, PC.
Yep.
It looks like Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, graphically, I love it. I don't think I'd ever be able to actually beat one of them fucking games.
Yeah.
I played one of the originals way back when, and nope.
Indiana Jones, The Order of Giants, DLC, September 4th.
Nice.
That looks cool.
I still need to play that game.
So do I.
Same. I'm too busy playing dumb shit. Beast of Reincarnation, Samurai and Robots.
My god, it looks so good. It looks like Monster Hunter meets like Sekiro. It looked really bitchin'. I like it.
I'm curious about this one. Comes out next year. Xbox, PS5, PC, day one Game Pass. Yay. Next up was a pretty long feature on Clockwork Revolution. First-person shooter adventure with time manipulation, coming from In Exile.
Yeah, it is basically BioShock Infinite.
That one I'm actually excited for.
Yeah, it looks so good. I've been waiting for this for years now.
I was hoping so much for a release date, and instead we got coming in due time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Motherfucker.
When it's ready.
There was the reveal that Obsidian, not on top of releasing Avowed and Outer Worlds 2 later this year, have a third project coming, and it's hitting in July. Grounded 2 is happening.
Yay!
It's Xbox and PC game preview July 29th.
Hype. I totally want to play that. I loved the first game.
This came out of nowhere. I didn't know this existed.
Me either.
It's out in a month and a half.
Yep.
Hey.
Gotta get the gang back together.
Chronos, the new Dark. Or was it Dawn? I have
The new Dawn.
DAWK,
The new
so I
Dawn.
fucked up somewhere. The new Doc.
Oh la la.
Third-person
It's a big
sci-fi
joke.
shooter action game with aliens hitting fall on Xbox, PS5, and PC. What do you think of this one?
Bluebird team.
This is so awesome looking. It's like, because you're going into the past to grab people before shit went bad or something and bringing them to the future so they can save mankind from what looks like basically the necromorphs. It looks so fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
I've been excited for this since they announced it, the game's existence like a year or two ago. Same for Clockwork Revolution. These look so good.
Elder Scrolls Online got a new video. Seasons of the Worm Cult. It's June 18th. And then this October, in a server-wide event, they are taking down the Withering Wall. Bri, what does that mean?
Good question.
Yay. I thought maybe you played that far, because I didn't.
No, it's a world-changing event, though, so that'll
Neat
be
that they're doing
interesting.
something big like that.
Yeah.
So, Aphelion is a sci-fi third-person game in a snowy environment releasing next year on Xbox and PlayStation.
This looks so cool.
It's by Don't Nod, which was exciting.
I missed that it was Don't Nod. Nice.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited for that one. You crash land on a planet and have to explore and survive. There's definitely some other stuff going on that I want to know more about.
Yeah, you're seen climbing through wreckage of old ships or buildings or something as they're falling apart around you and collapsing. Oh, it looks so fucking awesome. I am so hyped.
I have a feeling the next game is a Bri game.
Yes,
there are
yes,
no
it is.
ghosts at the Grand, where you renovate an entire town with magic guns, and then shit gets weird and there's reggae music.
Yeah. I just have like a couple of notes about the renovation mixed with mystery and a renovation gun and just all caps want. So, yes.
Yeah, I want to know more about this game because it looked really interesting, but I don't really understand exactly what style of game, because I don't know if this is going to end up being a single player game or if it's a multiplayer game, because it kind of fragments of it felt like it could be a multiplayer styled game where it's you playing in like co-op or something. And I want to know more.
Timber saying
Yeah,
it was ska, not reggae. I disagree. I think it was too slow to be ska. That was reggae.
I don't
My
remember the
opinion.
music. I just remember wanting the game. That is definitely a me game.
Yeah.
Comes out next year on Xbox and PC.
Yep.
Age of Mythology
Goodness.
Retold getting Heavenly Spear DLC this fall.
Nice.
Okay.
Not my kind of game, but
Nope.
good for them.
Next
It
up was a
exists.
third-person spy thriller shooter kind of game from EVR Studio called Mudang Two Hearts, releasing in 26 for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC.
I am so fucking hyped. This looks to be like the Korean version of Splinter Cell, and yes, please. If I'm not gonna get a new fucking Splinter Cell game, this will work. This will work damn well, I think. So yeah, I'm extremely hyped for this.
Nice. Next game from Thunderful and Wishfully, Planet of Lana 2, Children of
Yes.
the Leaf, a 2D platforming adventure in 2026, coming to all platforms and will be day one Game Pass.
Yay.
I'm excited for this. The first game was fucking awesome. It was so cute. I'm very for this.
Next video, Fallout 76 has fishing.
Yes.
Really? There you go.
It's called Gone Fission. And it was a very cute video. I have already downloaded the patch, but I have not played it yet.
Fishing.
Nice.
Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive is a 4-player co-op action game coming this fall to Xbox, PC, and Steam, and will hit Series in 2026.
It looked okay.
I thought it looked fun. If we get a group together, punch shit together, it looks awesome.
I'd be down for that. If we can get multiple copies, yeah, I'd be down for that.
Just pretend we're not getting anything on this show.
La la la, can't hear you.
An action RPG where you get to control animals called Animo from Paw Print Studio, hitting Xbox and PC in 26. This looked really cute.
It looked like a cutesy Souls-like or something. I don't know. I didn't know what to make of that one.
I'm looking forward to hearing more about it because it looks adorable. So,
can I do the next one?
Sure, go for it.
Did you know Tony Hawk 3 and 4 is coming to Game Pass July 11th?
Hold on, got a button for this.
We're gonna let that go, are we?
What?
July 11th.
Thanks,
there you go.
There's a pinball level in the game, which I thought looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
And qualifier, so Ninja Turtles are in the game, I guess.
All right.
Okay,
they should have Michelangelo skating along. I thought that was neat.
Yeah.
There's a new 2D action Metroidvania from the Spiritfarer devs called At Fate's End, coming in 2026 to Xbox, PS5, and PC.
Nice.
Yeah.
New trailer for Gears of War Reloaded. We all know it's hitting Xbox, PlayStation, PC August 26th. The fun news, it has local split screen, which is nice, cross-play, and cross-progression.
Nice.
Very cool move from Microsoft. Next up was basically here we're going to announce it, shut the fuck up and leave us alone, as Persona 4 Revival was announced and shown about 4 seconds of gameplay before showing it will be Xbox, PS5, PC, and Day 1 Game Pass, probably in like 2027 or something.
Yep.
I'm thinking that one's
Some
far off.
Yeah.
They didn't show a lot at all.
Some millennia in a galaxy far, far away. It's fun.
Next up, I have Sea of Thieves video, Let Bri Talk.
So, yeah, Season 17 will be coming out in August. It's called Smuggler's Tide. I'm excited for it only because I don't like the current season, which is all about Reapers. And, yeah, that's all the notes I have.
You excited for it?
Yeah.
Next up is a video that they called a world fucking premiere. Invincible versus, based on its Amazon comic series show.
Okay.
I think it's Amazon.
So.
Coming from Skybound Games and Quarter Up, is a 2D fighting game of superheroes in 3v3 fighting. After seeing MARVEL Tōkon, it very much felt like we have MARVEL Tōkon at home.
Yep.
Or Team Tōkon.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was a comic series or something. It just looked like generic superheroes to me. So, yeah.
I'm surprised y'all don't know this one. Actually, this Invincible is a pretty messed up one, actually. Yeah.
I'm thinking Jacob knew what it was.
Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm honestly surprised both of you don't. It blows my mind that you don't. Y'all need to go look that up. Did you like The Boys?
It's from Robert Kirkman, the creator of The Walking Dead, and it is on Amazon Prime Video. So,
okay.
And J.K. Simmons is in it, so it's good.
Yes,
I haven't watched The Boys.
What I thought, I've only seen the first season.
Okay, this is animated. They're just as fucking horrific of people as superheroes. So there you go.
Cool.
That's a good voice cast. I hope to get most of them in the game.
Yeah, I don't have Amazon Prime. I feel like I'm one of the only people on the planet that just like does not consume the things. I don't have Netflix. I don't have Hulu. I have none of that.
Steven Yun, Sandra Oh, J.K. Simmons, Jillian Jacobs, Zazie Beetz, Walton Goggins, Callista Flockhart, Ben Schwartz, Zachary Quinto, Jason Mantzoukas, Kevin Michael Richardson, Jay Farrow, Mark Hamill, Michael Dorn. If they get any of these guys in the game, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, that's.
I'm pretty sure from the trailer they actually had some of the original voice actors. From what I remember of the trailer,
definitely sounded like J.K. Simmons to me. So.
Yeah.
Look good, hitting Xbox, PS5, and PC next year. So, next up, Square Enix. Final Fantasy VII finally hitting Xbox this winter. Yay!
It only took them forever, but now I can finally throw my money
Final
at them.
Fantasy 16 finally hitting Xbox. I already downloaded it. It's out now. Buy it.
Yep.
$70 for the complete edition, $50 for base game. So
get the complete edition if y'all are going to get it, folks. It's better.
I bought it. It's downloaded. I will be playing it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll probably
not sure what year I will be playing.
Fair.
Let's be real. I own it on PS5 already, and I never started it up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Never touched it. Next game is Keeper. You are a walking lighthouse in a game developed by Double Fine, releasing October 17th for Xbox and PC.
Yep.
This looked really interesting. You seem to be some sort of monster in the shape of a lighthouse, and you have a giant bird friend, and it just looks cool. I don't care what kind of game this is. I want it.
Yep, same.
I'm super excited about this one. This looks really cute, really cool, adorable, whatever. I can't talk.
It's fine. We don't expect that much of you.
Phil Spencer came out, said that next year we are going to have a new Forza, a new Gears, a new Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess.
Yeah, he also has lost a lot of weight, and he looks really fit.
Yeah, people are saying that he hitting the Ozempic. Maybe Botox in the face a bit. So,
whatever it is, he was looking good.
I don't know. He did. One final game for the show. Got to go out with a bang, right?
Yep.
Call of Duty.
Black Ops 7.
I was so excited until they announced it was Call of Duty, and I was like, "Oh, give me all my excitement back."
Yeah, it looked interesting until then. Yep.
They just have to dash all of my hopes upon the rocks, don't they?
Yeah. Well, the trailer was looking cool, and then I saw the Call of Duty name, and I just lost interest.
Yep.
I don't know.
Completely fair. I mean, that's exactly where both of us lost interest too. It's like it was going great, and then Call of Duty was like,
oh, maybe I'll try the campaign this year, because if the campaign is as good as the trailer, I could have fun with it. But I'm not going to touch any of the online shit, because
it's trash.
Last time I tried playing Call of Duty, I got killed 10 times in a row before I got a shot off.
Welcome to my life in multiplayer games. That's why I don't play them.
Yeah. But yep.
So
that was the Xbox show.
I finally remembered that other game that I had a note for that I couldn't find.
Which one?
It's The Expanse Osiris Reborn, which will be coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC from Owlcat Games, who did some of the Warhammer games. They did Pathfinder. They normally make isometric, like top-down games, and now they're making this like Unreal Engine 3D awesome game, and it looks really cool.
Very
like
nice.
The Expanse. Yeah.
Hi, Coltrane. We almost went this whole time. So close. Very close. So yeah, that was the Xbox show. What'd y'all think of that one?
I liked it.
I think that one was the best one by far because I wanted like 90% of all the games in it. So.
Yeah.
I can agree. I thought it was an awesome show. My only real problem was the ending of Call of Duty. I think they took a great show and just like farted out an ending.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, plenty of people do like those games. It's just none of us on the show because we have taste.
Even Call of Duty fans I've heard are like, why did they end with that? Like, we know it's coming.
Oh, wow.
We know it's coming. It's fucking Call of Duty. It always happens.
Yeah.
No one was surprised by that at all.
Fair. I would have thought they would have still have been excited. Apparently not. Wow. That does not bode well, in my opinion.
I mean, it looked good. It wasn't a surprise. So.
Fair enough.
Sony had the best, one last game.
Yeah.
Just because no one expected it. Like, a lot of people still expected some Resident Evil news sometime soon.
Yeah.
We all knew Resident Evil 9 was coming eventually. No one saw MARVEL Tōkon coming.
Yeah.
So.
Correct.
I still think Xbox had the best show.
Yeah.
Final thoughts on the showcase weekend?
It's been pretty good, and there's still another one tomorrow, technically, because there's the Black Voices in Gaming tomorrow at some point.
Yeah, and I missed the Future Game show as well as the other one I wanted to go back and watch, so I gotta catch up on a couple of showcases. But no, there's a lot of good stuff. I'm pretty excited about the future of gaming.
Indeed. And any other news, nuggets, and tidbits that we didn't cover tonight, we will cover on next week's show. Everybody stick around. We're going to play a quick little tune. Be back with the second half of our show. We'll have a couple of news bits. Jacob will be around to chat a bit, and then we will head into a batch of reviews. Aki and Bri, thank you for joining for this part of the show. I know you'll both be back. So let's all take a small breather. We'll reconvene with Jacob and continue the show. Sound good?
If we have to.
Yeah, we do. We'll just travel back in time a few days and do it then instead, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, I can do that. That sounds acceptable.
Cool. Bri, final words.
Why me?
Okay, Aki, final words.
Why us?
Okay. Matt, final words.
I'm not here. I never showed up. None of this ever happened.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. We got more show to take care of. Aki, Bri, and Jacob are hanging out right now. Jacob, I don't think you're on the first half of the show, but you might be. But if not, welcome.
Thanks.
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah. Didn't you love those showcases, Jacob? You saw all of them this weekend, right?
I saw so many things. It changed my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing you saw was a goatsy.
Thinking of more Mr. Hands, but yeah.
All right. Well, we got a little more show to take care of. We got reviews we got to knock out, but let's tackle a couple of small news bits that didn't really fit into the showcase portion of the show. I only got a few tiny things. The first thing, Game Pass editions were announced. This week we got Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 Enhanced Edition.
Nice.
Keep jingles.
Yeah. Next week, big week, the 10th Warhammer 40k Space Marine Master Crafted Edition.
Mm.
I'm going to play that.
I'm very excited for that one. June 11th, Kingdom 2 Crowns is going to hit PC.
Yay.
Nice.
And Jacob, I know you're excited about this one. Barbie Project Friendship.
Nice.
Yeah. June 12th, EA Sports FC 25 hits EA Play.
Okay.
Yeah.
And June 13th, The Alters.
Nice.
Day 1 launch.
Yeah.
Then, June 17th, Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
Huh.
It is about time. FBC Firebreak.
Nice.
Not
Which is
familiar with
all-
that one.
The new Remedy game.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Control, but in the form of Left 4 Dead.
that's right. That's
It's
right.
the one we
Yep.
talked about during the State of Play, obviously, right?
Obviously, yes.
Yeah, clearly. Huh. And then Lost in Random, The Eternal Die.
Excited for that one.
So am
I know you've had your eye on that one, Bri, so.
Mhm.
Games gotta leave, though. Not all good news. We are losing a handful of games. Plurth and Depersonalization are leaving PC. And then on the console side of things, we are losing Dordogne, Hypnospace Outlaw, Izanso, My Time at Sandrock, and Rolling Hills, Make Sushi, Make Friends. And on top of that, Injury just subbed for the 19th month. Yay.
Hey,
Yay.
It's like a mix of good and bad with that batch right there.
it's more funny to me that it's Injury 19 and it's their 19th month. I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Such a
Can't wait
waste
for the
of
69th
19 months
month.
of money.
69. Oh, yeah.
We on the last episode, we had Big Adam on chatting about Speed Freaks, Warhammer Speed Freaks on PC, and we checked the Steam charts, and right at that moment, there were 69 people online.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. I approve.
Adam also didn't notice that our friend Matt PA snuck in to the Discord room. We were recording during wrestling. And Matt came in, and Adam didn't notice. So when I mentioned 69, I'm just like, Matt, make a joke. And he's like, haha, sex number, penis, vagina. And Adam is just losing it because he didn't realize he was there. And then at the end of the review, I got another sound clip from Matt that we could use at any time. Right, Matt?
I'm not here. I never showed up. That none of this ever happened.
Exactly.
Good job, drug addicts.
Indeed. Jacob.
You look like an asshole.
I was about to click that.
Yeah.
I'll be right
next-
back. I'm apparently having a nosebleed.
Oh,
Well, go deal with that real quick.
I was just about to mention news that Jacob was going to like. Let me move things around. Zynga is shutting down Ectra Games, the studio behind Torchlight 3. They acquired them 4 years ago, and now they're closing them down.
You look
That
like
is a
an
big
asshole.
bummer.
Yeah, Zynga, you do look like an asshole.
I've only heard good things about Torchlight, so that's a bummer.
Well, they only made Torchlight 3. 1 and 2 were a different studio.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear that one sucked, so I'm going to have to assume it's just as good as the first two, so it still sucks.
They're entertaining. So.
Okay.
Jacob, you back yet? Damn it. Bri, what news do you have? We'll wait until I didn't know if that was a sub or if someone hit the sound clip.
I hit the sound clip.
So, yeah, People Can Fly canceled. There are 2 upcoming projects that are laying off a bunch of people, citing issues with publisher funding and communications. Not 100% sure if Square Enix is the publisher, just like Outriders, or if it was someone else.
It's Square.
It's Square.
It is Square, yes.
Yeah. And then I got Movie Watch.
Ooh. Hold on. It's Movie Watch. There.
Blumhouse, or is it Bloomhouse? I don't know, is making a Phasmophobia movie.
Oh.
That's all the info I got there. But that was pretty interesting. There wasn't any follow up to that. Just they're making a movie about Phasmophobia.
Nice. The movie watch intro was longer than the news.
I know. But that's all the news I have.
That's it.
That's it.
Hey, could be back yet.
Let's see if I can scratch up some more news.
Aki, do you have any news?
Kind of. Apparently, there was an interview with someone who was high up in the RPG area over at EA. I don't remember who did the interview, but apparently EA was looking down on their fans pretty significantly and had some not very nice things to say about them in reference to how miserably apparently Dragon Age the Veilguard went down. And it was from something that you'd think these stupid assholes would have learned a long time ago. They decided to stop caring about what the RPG fans wanted and was like, let's get everyone else to like this. You know, kind of like Dead Space. Let's just piss all over the people that made this popular and it'll go great. And then it apparently went really poorly. And now they're like, oh, well, these people, you know, they're anti-fans. And it's like, no, you just produced something that wasn't anywhere remotely close to as good as the stuff that you produced prior because you stopped caring about what the fans wanted that made that series popular and started trying to make it fit for everyone, which makes it fit for basically fucking nobody, which is a lesson you've learned before, but we're too stupid to understand, and it appears like they might possibly be too fucking stupid to understand it this time too, which is a shame. Such a shame. And that's all the news I have, because
hot takes from Aki.
Yeah. There you go.
Stupid assholes in leadership positions that don't know video games are stupid assholes in leadership positions that don't understand video games. I have the hottest, most crazy it takes.
And the funny thing is, I heard the new Dragon Age was actually pretty solid. It just didn't sell.
That's everything everything I saw about it, it looked okay. It didn't look like it was anywhere near as good as the original, but it still looked decent, but apparently it sold like crap. Between the people who are like, oh, he's telling you self-needing because they're stupid, and all the fans who are like, this just isn't anywhere near as good as the old stuff, because obviously they dumbed down a lot of the mechanics to make it more action-y instead of RPG-y, and therefore it pissed off a lot of original fans. And the person they were doing the interview was like, I kept telling him it was a bad idea, and he was like one of the top guys who had done a lot of their really popular RPGs, and they wouldn't listen to it, which was a shame. But it doesn't shock me. People in leadership positions at video game companies have the IQ of gnats. So.
Here's a tidbit from Thimber from our Discord. Giant Skull, a studio founded by Respawn vets, is working on a brand new D&D game.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Yeah. No word on like when or any other info, but they are working on one. So that is pretty cool.
Does
it be back yet?
Nope. Does it list what kind of game it's supposed to be?
It's a D&D game. That's it.
Well, I mean...
While the studio claimed it was working on an action-adventure game, we didn't have any more details until today, when Wizards of the Coast announced its partnership with the developer on a D&D game. That's it.
Okay, I have to assume that means that it's an action-adventure game, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Because their last one was like a Vermintide-style game, if I remember correctly, which isn't exactly my kind of thing.
Well, the last D&D one was, wasn't it just called Dungeons and Dragons?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it was
like the third-person action game. It was a 4-player co-op.
Yeah, and its servers died not too long ago, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. And then Surgent Studios, the team behind Tales of Kinzera Zhao, is working on a new game, a first-person psychological horror game called Dead Take.
I'm interested already.
Yeah, we know. Jacob, you back yet? Motherfucker.
I was going to say, we could talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. It is Switch 2 day.
Oh, hey. Jacob, he's back.
All right, there we go.
I'm back. Yeah, that was my second nosebleed of the day. Like,
stop punching yourself in the face.
No, like my sinuses have just been like completely out of whack, and like I've had like random headaches and stuff like that today too.
Maybe you should go to a doctor.
Nah, it legit is just like changing of seasons and all that kind of stuff. This happens. Back when I used to live up in Deepa, it would happen twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. But
you should get some ocean spray then. Try and
I do. I like the cranberry juice.
I meant the nose spray.
I know what you meant.
Oh, okay. Get some of that. See if that can hopefully help prevent your nose from bleeding. I use that pretty regularly.
Well, I've got a Kleenex shoved up one side of my nose, so you know.
Shit always works.
Yeah, we're just going to use that for the time being. So, good times, good times.
Well, last bit of news I have that I could finally say this, that Jacob's here. SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide has been rated for Series, PS5, and PC in Germany and South Korea. So it looks like we've got a new SpongeBob game on the way. Jacob, what do you think of that?
I'm excited. I mean, the last few have been solid, so
yeah,
you know, they haven't said when it's coming though, right?
It got that's it. That is it. What the fuck?
No. I didn't know if it said something like, you know, like fall 2025 or something like that.
No, it exists.
Okay, yeah.
That's all we know.
Exciting.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob, Disney Dreamlight Valley news. Let's get to it.
All right. So June 4th was the latest dev update, and they had a bunch of stuff to talk about. They're currently designing a community. I'm just going to take this out of my nose. Hold up. Oh, God. All right. That's better. All right. So they're working on a community companion where the community will decide all sorts of stuff about the companion, what animal species it's going to be, what kind of theme, what kind of colors, all that kind of stuff. So if you go to their website, you can help vote on all this kind of stuff. The next thing this summer is focusing on Skull Rock on Dazzle Beach. The story is going to continue on June 18th, which is when we get Peter Pan. So everyone was thinking like, oh, well, it's either going to be Peter Pan or Jack Sparrow. We got our answer. It's Peter Pan. It makes sense. Like I'm not a fan of it because I'm not really a big fan of the Disney Peter Pan movie, but like Peter Pan just went into the public domain like pretty much worldwide last year, so it makes sense that they're going to introduce him. They're also going to do more with the Forgotten. They're now going to become a villager and not just some weirdo who follows you around and like acts like a little emo kid the whole time. The new Star Path Adventures in Neverland is going to start up around June 18th, around the same time. Animal companions are all getting upgrades, so they're all going to have like little friendship meters, kind of like the villagers. So yeah, and also now you're going to be able to give names to them. And the expansion pass, for the Storybook Vale, the finale is going to be July 9th. So this is when we're going to get Maleficent and Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. And then they also announced the rest of the free content roadmap. So later this summer, we're going to be getting at least 2 characters from Inside Out. Nobody's sure who, but it's believed to be Joy and Sadness. We're gonna in autumn. We're getting 2 more characters from
you and Aki. Joy and Sadness.
That's
which one of us is Joy and which one is Sadness?
Yes.
Whichever one.
I am saddened by his joy, if that helps at all.
Yeah, but see, Joe is sad whenever either one of us talks, but then we bring him joy when we shut up. So
I get you take joy in each other's sadness.
All right. Anyway, so this fall, we're going to be returning to the Beauty and the Beast realm, and they're like, oh, it's going to be some sort of iconic duo. It's Cogsworth and Lumiere, the candle.
One of the best romances in all of Disney.
So we're getting them, and then winter 2025, they just cryptically said, make your dreams come true, and there's Cinderella's carriage outside of everything, so obviously we're going to be getting Cinderella. So there's that, and as I discussed last week, they put out a new survey asking us which franchises they'd like us to pull stuff from, not only with like accessories and clothing and stuff, but also what characters. And so I'm going to run down the list of characters that they put out. So Hercules, Megan Herc, Bambi, Winnie the Pooh, who is now also in the public domain, Pooh, Roo, and Piglet, Finding Nemo, Marlin, and Dory, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Jack Sparrow's been rumored for, he's been on surveys before, but this time Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann have been added to the list. Pocahontas from Emperor's New Groove, Yzma, and Cusco.
Have you seen Emperor's New Groove?
I haven't seen it in a long time. It's probably been like a good solid. Yeah, I know. It's been like a good solid 10 years.
That is like my favorite Disney movie.
I feel like everyone has a favorite Disney movie.
Mine's Oliver.
I don't.
So,
no.
I also liked 101 Dalmatians a lot when I was a kid, mostly because I wanted a dog. But anyway, speaking of dogs, Lady and the Tramp, from Up, possibility of Carl, a Goofy movie which just celebrated, I believe, its 30th anniversary. Max, Wreck-It Ralph shows up on the list again. Who he showed up back before the game even dropped. He was in pre-release alpha footage. Jessie and Bo Peep from Toy Story, from Sleeping Beauty, The Three Fairies, and Prince Philip, which everyone's kind of like, meh. Peter Pan, Wendy. I was actually surprised that Captain Hook wasn't listed, but I figure he's going to be some sort of story content later on. Prince Naveen from Princess and the Frog, Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, and Milo from Atlantis shows up once again. So yeah, I found it to be a pretty surprising list. Lightning McQueen from Cars was left off this time, and once again, Star Wars and Marvel characters are, we already just had R2-D2 added in as a companion, but Grogu was not on this list. But Marvel is once again completely absent from everything. So I think everyone quite loudly said, we do not want Marvel into this game. So
is Princess Kita in the game already?
Who?
Princess Kita.
From Atlantis?
Yeah.
Nobody from Atlantis is in. There is some clothing stuff, and
why the fuck is Milo the first character they're suggesting? Fuck that.
Hold up,
character.
Because not only is he the lead character, but the thing is that the Rift in Time expansion, it's heavily implied that the civilization that built it was from Atlantis. So I think we're gonna see them added at some other point for that expansion to make it work.
As long as she gets added, I'm good. She's the best Disney princess.
See, that's your movie then.
No, the movie is just okay. She's just really hot.
Atlantis is great. Shut the fuck up.
It is a great movie.
I said, it's okay. I didn't say it was bad.
My favorite Disney princess is Leia, so
So, any other news you got, Jacob?
Fair.
That's all I had, because you told me to keep it short and sweet.
And you still went 45 minutes on Disney.
Oh my God, shut up. It was we haven't even been recording for 45 minutes.
That's what you think.
It was like 5 at best.
We had a whole first half of the show, Jacob. Clearly. Chronological order and all.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, Bri, you said you wanted to chat about the Switch 2. What do you want to know?
Oh, I mean, everybody got their Switches today. I know I was surprised to hear that some people walked right into a store and just bought some off the shelf.
Yeah.
I was pretty impressed by that.
I think my favorite news story today with the Switch 2 is the one store in New York that stapled receipts to the front of the box and they punctured the screens.
Oh, no.
Yeah, supposedly it was a GameStop.
Yep.
Oh, someone
I
would
laughed
die.
my ass off at that.
I would be devastated. I mean, it would get replaced, but that's just...
Yeah, the store's fixing the issue, but that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know what that dumb fucking employee was thinking. Here, let's use something sharp to
screen
puncture
forward.
box.
Yeah.
Nintendo didn't do a good job packaging this thing.
Well, I wouldn't have taken the chance. You know the fucking screen's somewhere up on that bitch. You don't stab through the box with something sharp. That's just fucking stupid.
I mean, they've stapled the boxes like all of their history, so I just don't think anyone expected the screen to be right against the front of the box.
Yeah.
That is poor packaging. I mean, stapling was dumb. Yes, they absolutely should have used stickers or something, but they couldn't have known.
No.
Fair.
Yeah. I did a system transfer today, and I am incredibly disappointed about the fact that a system transfer didn't actually transfer the games. I gotta re-download everything. And the best part is
it's going to take forever.
Oh yeah, the best part is like when you go to the list and you scroll down and download something, it refreshes the list and moves your icon back to the top. You gotta scroll back down.
That's
click,
fun.
Scroll back down. Click. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Yay. All right, should we tackle these reviews? We got a handful of games to talk about tonight. Thankfully, a lot of smaller ones, so hopefully this won't take too long. But should we dive into these?
Let's do it.
Sure.
All right. First game tonight, Trident's Tale, developed and published by 3D Clouds, released May 22nd on Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, PC, $24.99, set sail for an epic action-packed adventure, Trident's Tale, where you'll become Ocean, a bold young captain on a quest to reclaim the legendary Storm Trident, mythical artifact that grants power over the seas. But beware, the ocean is vast, treacherous, and crawling with danger at every turn. So ready the cannons, hoist the sails, and immerse yourself in a gripping tale filled with eccentric characters, cunning dungeons, and adrenaline-pumping battles. You'll need to master your magic and embrace your swashbuckling spirit to become the ruler of the seas. Aki, what's Trident's Tale?
Okay. This is a third-person action-adventure game where you play as a 19-year-old girl named Ocean. She wants to be a pirate, and by God, she's going to steal a sword and then get a boat, and she's going to be a fucking pirate, because why the fuck not, really? I mean, it's that or be a fucking Navy bitch. No, thank you. So, you find a little mysterious bauble under a box that you have to move for your adoptive father, and it ends up being part of this mythical treasure that everyone says doesn't exist, including your adoptive father, who clearly knew it did exist because he put it there, the dick. And it's part of an old trident that used to belong to a god that was evil and was sealed away for being evil. You don't really know exactly what the powers are of it, but it's supposedly able to control the ocean in its entirety. So you decide, well, I'm going to be a pirate, and I'm going to find this shit, because what could be a better pirate ability than controlling the very ocean around me? And you head out on your adventure while a whole bunch of skeletons that have decided to reanimate themselves try to get in your way under the orders of another pirate named Cordelia. And she seems to be an emo goth lady. And she really wants this trident for, I don't know, probably the exact same reason you do. And along the way, you meet more people that you add to your crew, from a robot that was created to basically control all the weather stations around, just make sure they're functioning, to a geologist who really has a thing for explosives and not so much for, actual geology. You end up with, I think 8 crew members, I think is what it is. And each one of them has an upgrade tree. And with that, you're able to use whatever ability it is that they have. And you can equip 2 of those abilities on you at any given time. Some of them are like the guy who really likes explosives. He can set shit on fire. So that's your power. You just set everything around you on fire. Another one plays music and it heals you. So that's an ability you can add to yourself. And all the upgrades are like, it does some more healing, or it does this type of damage, a little more of it. It increases the radius, the amount of time the ability goes off, stuff like that. Pretty basic upgrades. You go around, you fight in battles on sea, where you shoot other ships, and then you can either sink them and collect very meager rewards, or you can get them to where they only have 1 bar of health left, and then you can click a button that says board, and it automatically finishes the battle. You don't actually board their ship and fight. Sadly, that would have been really cool. But instead, it just instantly finish it, basically sinks it as well, but it gives you much more rewards. Those rewards can be anything from upgrade materials to money. Usually it's money, much to my chagrin, because I really need upgrade materials at this point. Otherwise, you're heading to different islands, and you can jump off your boat and explore them. Some of them are fast travel points, and they have a society on them of some sort, usually a pirate society, and other ones are completely empty islands where you can find just resources, basically. And those resources respawn. I believe it's always the same stuff that respawns in each location, which is, again, a shame, because I need resources that aren't those resources. There are some shops in the game that allow you to buy different costume pieces or weapons, things like that. Each one of those can be upgraded. You have to build it the first time to get it to level 1, so you can equip it, and then you can upgrade it up to level 3, which is the highest upgrade it has. You get the ability to upgrade them to level 2 and then to level 3 later on in the game through just completing the main story. So there's not a lot of reason to just go around and unlock all of the different fast travel points, because the game will take you to a number of them, and some of the enemies are really tough until you get your level 2 gear. So don't be stupid like I was and go visit all these places and have a lot of trouble, because you'll come back again with better equipment, and it makes life easier. As well as having abilities. Instead of just having one person on your crew, you can have like all of them, and it makes the game so much easier when you can heal yourself. Who'd have thought? You can create some of your upgrade resources by getting lesser versions of it. Like, you can get nuggets of different types of metals and combine them into ingots, and then some of those can combine to make bars of other items, stuff like that. It's a pretty simple, straightforward game. I've rather enjoyed it. You're not going to 100% it easily until a guide comes out, because there's just some things specifically a side quest that is just nigh on impossible to do because it's bullshit. Basically, you have a tiny chunk of a map and you have to go find treasure on it. Except for some of these parts of the map don't match literally anything on the main map, which makes it very, very difficult to find where they're supposed to be. So, yeah. Yeah, that's really all there is. It's just a pretty straightforward little fun game.
Cool. Well, clock's in at 25. What do you think?
I totally think it's worth it. It has really nice cartoony graphics, so I think it's great for kids. However, it does have some language, so maybe not for the young ones because they really like the word damn it, like a lot. So yeah, probably better for teenagers.
So
yeah, I would suggest a teenager
that
for this.
Bad of a word.
A lot of parents are really fickle about having their kids hear any vulgarity in a video game, even though while they're driving their kid, they're very likely to be dropping the F-bomb constantly. So, you know, I would suggest teenagers for this personally, just because I know how parents are. They get their panties in a twist. But I totally think it's worth
I would
playing.
Suggest everyone 10 and up. Next game, knock on the coffin lid. Oh. Jacob, thank you for subbing with Prime.
I'd rather Dom with Prime. Got
a button for that. There we go.
Now I've got some high friends and places.
Next game to talk about, Knock on the Coffin Lid, developed and published by RedBoon, released May 21st, Series X and S and PS5, $34.99. And Knock on the Coffin Lid, you wake up in a cold crypt 1,000 leagues from home, devoid of memories of what has happened in the company of an enigmatic stranger. To return lost memories, you'll have to examine the dark secrets of your own death, form unexpected alliances, and carefully plan your route. Bri and Aki, both of you covered this in anticipation of that fantastic interview we had on the last episode. Bri, start us off. What's Knock on the Coffin Lid?
So this is a deck building roguelite with RPG elements. You start off with a little tutorial with the basics of card-based attacks, and at the end you die, which sets up the key feature of the game, the death loop. There's a mysterious man named Mortis who keeps bringing you back to life by knocking on your coffin. You play as one of 3 characters. You start off as Percival. The other 2 you unlock later. And each time you die, you grow a little stronger and a little smarter. There's a war going on between the elves and the dwarves. Someone has poisoned your noble with some wine, and there is treachery and demonic presence afoot. But just who is Mortis with his ability to reset your death and time, and who really poisoned the wine? Those are important questions I want answered by playing this game. At the start of each run, you get to choose your character, class, if you've unlocked them, and the difficulty you want your run to be. There are 4 different difficulties: easy, normal, hardcore, and terrible, which is harder than hardcore. You learn new things each time you pass through because you retain your knowledge. The very first enemy I think you encounter is a boar, and then you meet some wolves. And Mortis points out that if you'd saved the boar meat, you could have avoided the fight with the wolves. So next time you die and fight the boar again, you save the meat. You can also grill the meat and use it to regain health. And that's a lot of what goes on as the story unfolds more with different conversations between you and Mortis. You learn more of what's going on in the world, more of your options and all that based on your actions in each run. Your map has multiple paths that take you on your way to the boss of the map area. I think there's 4 different maps to get to the final boss of the run. Some maps even have multiple boss options. On your map, you'll find a number of encounter choices. You have question marks for encounters. You have combat encounters, you'll find chests, you have camps, and then you have special encounters. that do very specific things like open a gate or have like a certain fight encounter that you need to do in order to progress the story. And most of the encounters have some story or even further interaction with Mortis that furthers the bigger story based on your choices too. And of course, most of these encounters are random or change each time you start a new run. There's tons of stories and creatures to find. And then there's usually a camp before each boss where you can rest, upgrade items, or train to upgrade your cards. Building your deck is kind of random. You start out with some basic cards and earn more based on your random encounters along the way. Each run starts with a bonus from Mortis that gives you some possible new cards as well. And combat's pretty simple to figure out. It's turn-based. You go, your enemies go. You have attack cards, and you have block cards at its core. But then the game can be really complex with curses, modifiers, strengths and weaknesses, special attacks and block conditions. You also have random cards that are in your deck that you draw for the turn. You might be able to use a 2-point card that gives you strength and armor, and then 2 lower point attack cards in your turn. And you can see some semblance of what your enemy's going to do, whether they're going to attack or not, or approximately how many points of damage they might do. So you can make a decision based on available cards to block versus attack. I got some poison armor early on that really helped in whittling down the enemy's defenses. And enemies can evade your attacks, which is really annoying. But if you get status effects on them like poison or bleed, it's a lot easier to get through some of your fights. And you really learn as you go what types of enemies work best with different strategies. There are some other features to the game that are accessible from the main menu. There's a glossary that includes a bestiary of unlocked creatures you fought, different items you've found on all your runs, the different cards you've unlocked, and a section for each of the 3 characters if you have unlocked them, so you can see their basic story and their class skills. There are challenges that I didn't really try yet because I feel like I'm still dealing with the basics of the game. But basically, you choose your hero, and then there are daily challenges with a leaderboard. There's a run history where you can see equipped items and your deck so you know what was working and what wasn't. And each run also has an amount of points assigned to it based on the choices and how far you got. The art is really interesting. It's 2D with small animations, really pretty character models. The maps are even very visually appealing. Beautiful backgrounds and character art. The colors are kind of medieval drab in most cases, and you get pops of color. So it's visually very entertaining. One cool thing about the equipment is that it shows up on your character. So if you forget to put equipment on, for example, you'll have bare feet. And then if you equipped like a new chest piece, that'll show on your character too. You wear different hats based on the armor you're actually wearing. So it's all reflected there. And the music was decent too. Good medieval fantasy fare. In certain scenes, there's voice acting for the main character and Mortis. But yeah, I normally shy away from deck building games, but the numerous stories in the game captured me. And I'm not even that big a fan of roguelites, truth be told. And I really enjoyed the Deathloop hook a lot. I'd also mention this game on consoles comes with the Nightmares of Millennius DLC included with the game for its normal purchase price. The story was really interesting and told in snippets as you die and are reborn, and I really found that interesting. Aki, I feel like you got a little bit further than I did in like your runs. How's this game for you?
I managed to get to the last boss like 3 or 4 times. Not that I ever beat the last boss, any of them, because that's a fight. The rest of it's a cakewalk for me at this point. I still have not figured out what the fuck I'm doing with that fight at all. I haven't unlocked anyone else yet. I think you get your first one for actually beating
the boss, yeah.
That fight, which is just the most infuriating mechanics. I'm like, I think maybe I might be able to beat him if I had that character, maybe. Come on, just give me it now. But yeah, no, you get a whole bunch of different equipment that you can find, armors, weapons, a ton of shit that you can find. You're not going to see all of it, even in like 3 or 4 playthroughs. I still keep finding new stuff that I haven't come across yet.
Yeah.
And I've only gone 2 paths so far, and there's like 6 or more through each of them, and they intersect with the other paths in different areas. So you can be seeing things like a dozen different ways and still not even get halfway through this, because like some areas, as you say, because you have that information from your prior runs, your character can interact with different events in different ways. Some of them, the highest one I've seen had, I think there's 2 of them that I've seen so far, that had 5 different ways of interacting with this event. So playing through it 5 different times and choosing something different each time would net you a different end result for that. And it actually keeps track of them, which is really fucking nice.
Really cool.
And that's just one event that requires you to play through to that event 5 times to see everything. There's like 50, 60 events, maybe more, on each of 4 different maps.
And they're somewhat randomized, I think, too, as far as like what order they go in, because I know on the first map there's 2 different like major routes you can take with different bosses, and there's different achievements attached to them, because so there's been different bosses in that first map, and meaning that there is different, you know, things to encounter on the way there. There's variability. And then there's some static events that you're going to run into each time, like the same boss in, you know, the end of map 3 and the same boss at the end of map 4. But yeah, there's just a ton of variety.
Yeah, so it'll keep you busy.
It really will.
Oh, extremely. Yeah, you're going to be playing this for probably 50 or 60 hours at least. And neither of us have even touched on the DLC, because I don't even know how to access that.
Yeah, I think it's just included. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it might just be a part of the main game now, or maybe it's something after you beat the boss who
I'm guessing it's just integrated at this point. But
possibly.
It is a $35 game on console. If people are concerned about price, you can get it for $24.99 on Steam, but you gotta buy the DLC separately. That's why it's $35 on console. So for the asking price of $35, give us your verdict.
I mean, if you like games like Slay the Spire, I think you're looking for deck building roguelite with story and depth, like this is for you. And I don't even typically like these kinds of games, and I enjoyed this. Like, so I'd say buy it.
I'm with Bri on this. This kind of game is usually a game I say no to on principle, just because I don't in any facet tend to like these games. I love this game. This is really fun. I totally think it's worth buying. You're gonna get the hours out of this easily. This is easily 100-ish hour long game.
Cool. Next up, If You're a Ghost, Call Me Here, developed by Furoshiki Lab, published by KEMCO, released June 6th, Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, $12.99, an action novel adventure game in which you instantly judge and understand the contents of multiple conversations displayed simultaneously and continue to make the correct choice. You can experience the wonder of listening to several conversations at once. Jacob, what's going on in If You're a Ghost, Call Me Here?
So in this game, you are playing this girl who has been a servant or a maid for this one family for a while, but you want to try something new, and you have a letter of recommendation from, the person that you were working for, and it turns out that it is for this kind of phone company that the family has invented, and what the phones do is they answer calls from the dead and try to get them into the correct spot, which of course, I mean, you're like, well, they're dead. They're going to be like limbo or something like that, or heaven or hell. No, it's not like that. What you're trying to do is that you're trying to help ghosts who have some sort of unfinished business and relay them to the correct department. And so if you have a ghost who is being hurt, like because of an exorcism or I forget what exactly the police is also used, but there's also one where it's like, oh, like I got lost in the mountains. Okay, well, they're lost. So they need somebody to be able to guide them back to like where they're supposed to be so then their spirit can rest. There's also ambulances, which like, you know, I died in a car accident. I did like, you know, stuff like that. And what it ends up being is that you have to sort them properly into one of 3 different choices. And you have to pick out which, like, from the information, because you only have like 5 seconds with each conversation. You have to quickly parse out like where it's supposed to be going and correctly sort it. But keep in mind, you are not like, this isn't just like one at a time. It's multiple conversations happening at once. And like, they're just like, it's all like, it's just coming on. Like, it's just nonstop. Like you're working in like a ghostly call center that doesn't have like a busy signal. And so you have like 2 minutes to sort all this stuff, and then you get graded, and hopefully you're going to move on to the next part of the story. Because it's also a visual novel, and how characters perceive you, like what kind of responses you're going to get, and even the endings, obviously, they all depend on how well of a job that you've done or not done. This game is hard as hell. Like, it seems okay. Like, I mean, you know, when the game has a tutorial, it's like, okay, all right, this makes sense. But like, damn, does it get hard quick? And it's just like, oh, well, it's your first day. Like, you're probably just getting used to it. No, it just doesn't let up. And like, I was constantly getting a C grade on my on all my work days, and it was just, this game is brutal. Like, I don't know if there's like a guide out there, like, so people can like memorize like what order you're supposed to hit all the buttons or something like that. But it was just like trying to figure it out too wasn't always like the easiest thing, because it's just like, oh, they're hurting me. Okay, well, maybe this is an ambulance with an exorcism and they're pouring lots of salt. Okay, all right, that's the cops. And it's just like, you have to make these split-second decisions, and far too often it leads, like, it's either like it does like a play at the last second to be like, oh no, it was actually the cops, or oh no, it was actually an ambulance that you needed. And then you also just get the calls that are just meandering, and like you won't get the info that you need until like that last half second. Now the game does give you like a 3-second warning on your 5-second call. So, you know, no pressure, but also I found like that, like the number covering it was kind of distracting. Like, you're supposed to still be able to read through it, but it made it a little bit difficult for me. So I think the game has an interesting premise.
Funky visuals too. Really crazy style. And spelling. So hopefully you're not like a grammar freak or punctuation. Good luck Googling the title, by the way.
Yeah, right?
1F U0 U''REAGH 0 STCA11 me here exclamation.
Yeah. I feel like I just had a stroke listening to how that was spelled. I did have a stroke saying that. Jacob, I have good news and bad news for you. There are 2 guides on Steam. Bad news, they're in Chinese. Game's $12.99. What do you think?
I think if you're a big fan of visual novels and you're looking for like an actual challenge in between like little vignettes, I think there's a lot of interesting ideas going on in here. I'm not going to lie, I didn't have a lot of fun with it, but I think other people would.
Makes sense.
I
was like an acquired taste.
Yeah, and like you really have to be good with like the snap decision thing. As I said, like it just wasn't my bag. I don't think it's a bad game. It's just,
All right, let's move on. Next game, Cinderscratch. Scratch, not Snatch, people. Developed and published by Synnergy Circle Games.
For that.
Release May 28th on Xbox One, Series X and S, and Windows Store for $5.99 each. Ashpaw, Lone Cat Warrior, haha, cats, and the last of the Flamekeepers must stop a creeping corruption from consuming the land. Y'all got a typo on your store page. An ancient plague that turns everything it touches into undead abominations. Once bright cities and vibrant forests now echo with moans of the cursed. Bri, tell us about this one.
So yeah, you're a cat named Ashpaw trying to save the doomed land of Cinderscratch. It's a 2D platformer with Metroidvania elements. Like a lot of old school games, you get more info about the story off the box description or the manual than you do in the actual game. Ashpaw carries the sacred flame and must use it to rekindle the bonfires that provide hope and make the corruption retreat. You'll fight enemies with your slashy sword. You'll fight bosses too. And when you find the bonfires, you light them and it heals you and saves your progress. When you die, you'll go to your last save with all the enemies refreshed. The pixel art is decent. I like the animations on the main character. There was a pink tree near one of the save fires that was absolutely stunning. When you jump, you have to hold A, and your cat can grip the edges of platforms. So you don't always jump on the platform, you jump to the edge and then go from there. This took a bit of getting used to. You also have a dash you can use. Eventually you'll get a double jump that makes navigating a breeze. There are also extra hearts hidden on the map to find in goofy places like up high or hidden behind walls and things like that. You can find a map that you can use by pressing Y, but there's no indicator of where you are on the map or where the bonfires are, just the bosses. Your map is still helpful in navigating once you kind of know where everything is, but that was a little disappointing, just not even having the you are here element. What was not helpful was the PC button mapping instructions at the beginning of the game that told me to press things like Z to dash. I figured it out, but weirdly on PC, because I played the stack on PC, on Windows, it showed the controller keys just fine. I don't know what was up with that. You do keep your coins when you die, so that was nice from an achievement perspective. But yeah.
How long is this? Because normally you see Metroidvanias and you think a couple of hours.
Yeah, it isn't a particularly long game. It's got like 2 bosses and maybe 20-something rooms or so on the map.
It's like a more casual Metroidvania.
It is very casual, yes.
Gotcha.
Good for achievement hunters or gamer score hunters, I would say.
I like that I offered this one originally to Jacob. He's like, oh man, I don't think I have the time investment for that. And then he looked at you on True Achievements that you had 900 out of 1,000. And he's like, fuck, I should have looked that one up first.
Yep.
So it's $6. What do you think of Cinderscratch?
It was an alright mini Metroidvania. I would have loved if the map worked better, but it was pretty basic. But for the price, I can give this a buy it.
Very cool. Next up, Amber Alert Director's Cut, developed and published by Dolores Entertainment, released June 6th, Xbox One, Series X and S, PS4, and PS5 for $17.99. Step into the shoes of a policeman in Amber Alert, a difficult survival horror game. Responding to a late-night call, you find a sinister cult of women abductors. Your mission, rescue a captive girl, navigate perilous streets, evade cult members, and survive. Aki, what is Amber Alert Director's Cut?
All right. In this is a first-person shootery game where you play as a cop. You've been...
PCAB.
What?
Never mind.
Okay. So you're a cop. You've been brought to this cul-de-sac, basically, and there's 5 houses and a whole bunch of dickheads wearing dumb fucking masks who want to shank the shit out of you. Well, it's time to put a bunch of bullets in these bastards and be done with it. And yeah, you're going through not knowing what's happening, and then alerts start going out on all the TVs around that this lady is missing. And apparently she's here. I don't know why all 5 of these houses are all somehow connected to one AI system that knows that one specific individual from these 5 houses is missing and captured, but whatever, hey, we need to find them. And these bunch of psychopaths have decided, hey, we're going to put the key to the next house in the prior house. That way people can follow the leader through this until they can open up the last place that needs to be done. And throughout
Sounds like a survival horror game.
Yeah, you're going through each house, basically semi-clearing it. And you can start off with turn on lights to see the area better, to help you find the key that you're looking for. But occasionally, these jackasses will turn off the power to the house at random. And then you have to head back outside to the fuse box and turn shit back on. And then continue it. And that requires you to also flip all the lights back on. So that's great. Otherwise, they actually appear more often in different areas. When it's lit up, they have a harder time sneaking around, so they don't show up as often. But when everything goes dark, they appear. Dun, dun, dun. Typically, that means either you hear them pull a blade, in which case, if they come close to you, you automatically die and restart the entire thing all over from step 1.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll step around a corner and suddenly they'll be right in your face, and you have to quickly push the B button to shoot that bitch right in his face as he tries to struggle with you. And those are really fun because they don't take any of your ammunition, even though you're shooting a bitch in the face. I really appreciate that. There is extra ammo. It stays on the hood of your car, because even though the bad guys are running around between all the houses, none of them had the foresight to say, hey, lots of fucking ammunition. Let's take that from the shithead. Because, video game mechanics, they kind of be required, yo.
Yeah.
And yeah, really what you're doing is literally just going into each house, finding the key, and getting out. That's it. You're going through all 5 houses.
Fall into the
then you
abyss
have to find
of my gaping
a
butthole.
code that will get you the last key to open a door that is randomly in one of the 5 houses. It's a black door. It's going to be obvious because you can't open it. And then from there, you have to find the victim, the kidnapped victim, and kill the rat bastard that has them, and then get out alive. Because enemies will, at some points, will just keep charging you, which is great fun, because your reaction time is pretty shit. You can't just semi-auto that pistol at all. It can only be fired so many times in a row quickly, and only so quickly. And the guys, they move pretty quick. So yeah, it's great fun. I played it on easy, and I couldn't beat it a single fucking time.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Question,
I died over 20 times.
Is the game censored?
It is. The violence is censored. So, like, if someone has their arm hacked off, you actually see a blurry area near their arm instead of the arm hacked off. However, if you play on the harder difficulties, I think, you can find some little comics or movies or something around in the area that have passwords on them, and you can add those into the cheat menu, and they have some different things that happen. One of them uncensors the stuff. It isn't particularly gruesome or anything.
I'm asking because I'm looking at the store page and I see screenshots with pixelization. It's an M-rated game. What the fuck? Why?
I don't know. Because that's what it looks like actually in game, even.
Damn.
And
that's a complaint on my end. Why? It's M-rated. Don't censor shit. It's $18. Give me a verdict.
I think it's asking a little much for what it is. Honestly, I'd be okay if this was like maybe a tenner. Because again, if you get a good run, this game can take you 10 minutes to beat. And if you're, as shit as I am, you might play easy mode for 20 hours. So it's really up to luck, because everything is switched up each game. So if you want it, I'd suggest getting it on a sale. Otherwise, probably a pass, honestly, because there's just not much here, and it is very kind of unfair to the player, in my opinion.
Gotcha. So, Jacob, you found some breaking news, didn't you?
I did, by accident, too.
Well, what the fuck?
Oh, well, I don't know. You're usually the guy who just, says all the news. I thought you were just asking me. So, up on Xbox's Facebook feed, I discovered that they just announced Black Myth Wukong is coming to the Xbox Series X and S. Pre-orders begin June 18th. If you do it before July 11th, you get 20% off. Official release will be August 20th, 2025.
I am so fucking hyped. Oh my god, that's awesome.
Very cool.
Oh, that's going to be so awesome. Oh.
Very cool. Nice that it's finally happening.
Yeah.
Yay.
I didn't think it was going to happen. I am so fucking hyped.
Next game, Dual Paths, developed and published by YUME Game Studio. Released May 30th on Xbox One, Series X and S, and the Windows Store for $4.99 each. Dual Paths offers a unique experience where every move counts. By controlling both allies and enemies, you'll be challenged to think strategically, balancing quick actions with careful decisions. The game smoothly combines fun and challenge with intuitive gameplay and moderate difficulty, making it accessible to all ages. It's the perfect pastime for those seeking engaging and enjoyable entertainment. Bri, is it engaging and or enjoyable entertainment?
Yeah.
What is
it is. So you're a rooster trying to protect your chicks that have gone out adventuring. And there are treacherous traps everywhere and evil chicks lurking ready to attack. We have to lead the chicks to safety and dispose of the evil chicks using our platforming skills. You really have to have your ducks in a row with this game. Which is to say that the chickens are all in a row oftentimes, and you'll have to do some tandem jumping and moving to get them where you want them to go, using terrain to block them off. So the goal is to get everyone to safety through the level and get them through the door. Sometimes you'll just have the rooster, sometimes chicks and a rooster, sometimes rooster and evil chicks, sometimes all three. The game really requires you to pay attention to multiple parts of the screen at once. You'll have spikes and other obstacles that you need to avoid or use to kill the evil black chicks. I'll try and describe a level or two to give you an idea. On the top of the level, there's a black chick and some spikes, and you need to throw him into those spikes to kill him. And on the bottom of the level is a rooster and a chick placed just so far apart, and you need to carefully jump so the gap between the two of them fits perfectly around a bed of spikes on the way to the exit. You'll need to both kill the evil chick in the bed of spikes on top and place your tandem jumps perfectly on the bottom at the same time. Or in a later level, you have a whole line of precisely placed chicks on the top of the level with a moving platform underneath over spikes on the lower level. And you have to get them to the end one by one, dropping a chick on the moving platform and then edging them off to the right so that the top row doesn't run into spikes on the right of their screen. And you'll need to do this 10 times until everyone is safe. There's also teleporters in the levels that you'll need to carefully traverse. And there are 40 levels. And if I'm being honest, a couple of the levels were real head scratchers.
What is it with all of these games and teleporters?
I don't know. That's a good thing to ask, though.
Yeah, that Kali thing had teleporters, and now this one has why is there teleporters around chickens?
Yeah, I don't know. The Penguin Flight also had teleporters.
Somebody over at AFIL really needs to figure their shit out.
This is YUME.
Well, this one is an AFIL. Yeah, this is
Oh,
YUME.
it isn't.
Pay attention, wiener.
All right,
Yeah.
well, whatever. All these indie devs need to figure out their shit.
The chicken need the teleporter so they can get to the other side.
True.
$5. I need a verdict.
This was harder than I was expecting. It was interesting and mentally challenging, and for the price, I'd give it a buy it. Just don't expect this game to be a cakewalk.
Sounds good. Aki killed that review. That joke, by the way. That's her fault. Next game, Bunny Cube, developed by Sagitta Studios and eastasiasoft, published by eastasiasoft, released June 4th on Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, and PS5 for $4.99. Classic block-pushing puzzles enters the third dimension with Bunny Cubed. Bright and colorful, brain-teasing adventure. Guide a hopping white rabbit through fields of grass and growing carrots, where crates are scattered along dirt paths. Think strategically and have the bunny push those crates onto their designated squares, but be careful not to box yourself in or block the path. Jacob, what is Bunny Cubed?
Bunny Cubed is pretty much exactly as you described the game. You play this bunny who is a cube, and you have to push other cubes around a cubic-ish path. All of these maps, I mean, it's all like 3D blocks. I don't want to say like a Minecraft looking thing, but I mean, you get the idea, you know?
It's 3D isometric cubes.
Right. And, you know, it's pretty much like just a forest setting. And you have all these crates that you have to push around the map to their specific targets. And of course, like some maps, there's only like one way that you can go down a path, not like a path, but avoiding obstacles, I should say. And yeah, it's exactly as the game described. You know, don't box yourself in. Don't make the because you can't pull anything. So don't push the box too far up against the wall. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to, you know, get it onto the target. And it's fine. Like, it's not bad. It's just, it doesn't really bring anything new to the table. And
except being in 3D. Like, we've seen this game many times before in 2D, but now it's in 3D. Does that make a play different? Does it control differently? Does it feel different?
So I was actually about to get there, and yes, the bulk of them that we do play of this genre are 2D, but we have done 3D isometric 3D ones before. But with that on the controls, so I found that the stick was actually super unreliable, like the joystick to move it around. And I had plenty of times where I made the same exact motion to just move it one block as I had done the previous time, and all of a sudden the bunny just all of a sudden the block is up against the other side of the wall, which was originally 5 or 6 spots away.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's bad at some points. I mean, thankfully none of the levels are that huge or really that challenging. But using the D-pad was significantly better. So the devs really
levels. Go ahead.
The devs, I was going to say, the devs really need to work on fixing using the stick, but with the D-pad, it's fine.
All right. Well, there's 60 levels and it's $5. Is this a yes or a no, Koban? Sorry, I had to make that joke, Koban.
Yeah. Here's the thing, it's not bad, but it doesn't bring anything really that new to the table. And the market is flooded with this kind of stuff. So unless you are absolutely hankering for a puzzle, a block puzzle game involving a bunny, there's other titles out there that some of them do it better than this. It's a try it at best.
What about at $4 because it's on sale for the next 2 weeks? Does that extra $1 off change anything?
Not really. I mean, if you have free achievement, or if you want easy achievements, I mean, this game's pretty good at that. But I don't know, man. I see so many of these games on this show that it's just
Got to do something to stand out. But all right, we got one final game on this monster of an episode, and that is called Hidden Cat Outlaws, developed by Sleepwalking Potatoes.
Isn't that a great name?
Incredible name. Published by Silesia Games, released June 4th, Xbox One, Series X and S, for a whopping $2.99. The Wild West is full of lazy, no-good doer cats that should be lazy and no good doing at safe homes instead of wooden venues or the scorching sun outside. Fill the boots of a local sheriff and spot all the wandering rascals, and the not-so-wandering big and mean rascals, too. Bri was Hidden Cat Outlaws.
It's the Wild West for hidden cat lovers. There are 15 levels to find over 600 cats and more than 40 extra items. And you need to find the boss in the wanted poster and fight them.
Oh.
There's really no instructions to the game, so I'll tell you the basics. You have cats laying about the map to collect in crates. Each map is a different dusty western town with farms and people and horses and stuff wandering around, cattle, whatever. And then there's some buildings you can go inside, but only after you find the key on the map. Once inside, there will be more cats to find. There are also silhouettes of other objects to find in the landscape. And then finally, you have a building marked with a boss head over top, and you go inside and you play a little shooting mini game where you press the directional buttons on the D-pad at the right time and you shoot down the health of the boss cat. And once you beat them, they give you a treasure map for the level you're on, and you go find that item for an achievement.
Yay.
Yeah. There are hints if you get stuck that refresh on a timer, but everything is hidden in plain sight, not half hidden behind things. There's just cats and things hidden in the open. But that's surprisingly tricky because the maps are pretty large and things are pretty spread apart. The audio is really funny when you're collecting cats in crates because it is clearly someone saying meow multiple ways, but like in a gruff voice. So it's like meow. Yeah, as opposed to the typical sound effects.
That's beautiful.
And the music is like typical Wild West fare and not super repetitive. The art was cute. The game offered something a little new and different in the hidden cat genre, and I loved it.
All right, $3. I know it's a pricey one.
It's a lot of content for the price. It's definitely a buy it.
Very good. And if you want to know more about Sleepwalking Potatoes, they also put out the game Golf vs. Zombies. I believe that's on Xbox. And their upcoming project is called Sportal. A retro first-person shooter where your weapons are sports equipment like baseball bats, hockey sticks, bowling balls, golf clubs. Comes out sometime this year. It is on Steam. Feel free to wishlist. It looks pretty neat. Yeah. So, all right. That is
going to be with a spork.
That would be good.
Disappointed. Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for this episode. We made it through. Thanks to everyone for hanging out this whole show. It has been a long one. Tons of news. The future is looking good for gaming. Music. I don't know what I'm going to play. Something short because this episode's fucking long. Does anyone have any final words to end the show?
I actually have some more breaking news. You know what else is going to be releasing soon?
What?
D's nuts. Got him.
You have no nuts. The fuck are you talking about?
I got 2 of them just because I got a vasectomy. They're still there.
No,
I drag them across Joe's forehead.
This has nothing to do with my penis.
Well, yeah, I just said it's my balls. Yeah, we didn't talk about my wang.